right, here we go. Round the horn at 6 o'clock as we get ready to launch the MJ Morning Show here on a Friday morning, bringing a close to another broadcast week of broadcast capitalism. Welcome, Festa, Around the Horn. What's going on with you this morning? Anything of significance you'd like to bring up right at the beginning of the show before I kind of launch into what the heck is going on?
Oh, my God, I'm so happy you asked.
Yes.
So this morning,
Yes.
I had a decision to make.
Yes.
Do I buy donuts for the whole crew this morning or just myself? So I go to my favorite donut shop in town. They open at 5 a.m.
Yes.
Hole-in-one donuts on Florida Avenue. There's a couple different hole-in-one locations.
Yes.
And I decided to just buy the donuts for myself. But then I have guilt in the car. I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. They're going to make these fat jokes about me because cheap jokes about me because I only bought donuts for myself.
Yes.
I'll just make cheap jokes.
I better jam my face with the donuts now while I have time in the car.
So no one can make jokes about it.
I
So how many are left?
I
Crumbs.
literally only have that
crumbs.
much left.
Oh.
Scraps.
This is my favorite of their donuts, the sour cream donut, but I have that much left of, here, big pieces falling off right here. It's the best donut.
I'm not gonna have a donut, so you don't have to worry about bringing in one for me.
That's what I thought. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna bring in 6 or 12 donuts, and Andrew might have one. Roxanne might have like a quarter of one.
Bottom line is,
You're not gonna have one.
I'm reserving my carbs for probably pasta later this evening. Whether I cook some cacio e pepe at the house, or whether we go out to dinner and grab something in the Italian space.
All right.
I feel like having pasta. And, we were up in Philadelphia. We were up in the Philadelphia area. This was a couple of weekends back. Michelle and I had some bid up there. So we were in South Philly, as a matter of fact. We stopped at that Angelo's Pizza. Remember?
Yeah.
It was fantastic. If you get to Philadelphia, Angelo's Pizza and Steaks, man, they make a steak. Whoo! And I'm not talking about like a ribeye or a porterhouse or a New York strip I'm talking about, up in Philly, they don't really the locals don't call them cheese steaks.
No, I call them steaks.
It's called steaks. And I'll tell you what, I got one with, Michelle got one without. And I'll tell you, it was, and when
onions.
It's onions. So wit is with onions, and without is without onions. And man, their pizza was phenomenal at Angelo's. Their steaks were phenomenal at Angelo's. Anyway, we were very close to, the Little Italy of
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. It's kind of like the area up in the Bronx, Arthur Avenue area, up in the Bronx. Arthur Avenue is phenomenal for all the, Italian shops. So I stopped into one of the classical Italian shops, and they had some real nice Sardinian pecorino. So I bought a little over a pound. And, of course, Sardinian pecorino, that's what I typically use. Although there's some great Tuscan pecorino out there.
I mean, you know your peckers.
Yes, I know my pecorino. I know my pecker like the back of my hand. So I bought a nice wedge of Sardinian pecorino, and that maybe is going to prompt me. Well, it depends what Michelle wants to do.
Yeah, of course.
Are we going to go out for dinner tonight, or am I going to make some cacio e pepe? I mean, perfectly. You don't add cream, you don't add butter. Listen, I know how to make my cacio e pepe, and I do it better than most restaurants here in the United States, at least. It is bronze die, either bucatini or spaghetti, bronze die cut, Italian, made. It is peppercorn. It's the pasta water and the cheese, and that's it. And the peppercorns, you toast them on the stove, then you smash them in a mortar and pestle, and it's a beautiful cacio e pepe.
You're like Mario Batali, except without like the sexual harassment allegations.
Oh, thank you, thank you very much. Yeah, I've never been accused of anything along the lines of sexual harassment during my career.
Roxanne, what do you have this morning?
Yeah, so Roxanne, I got Fester eating donuts as quickly as he can, so he doesn't bring them into the studio and make the team in here hungry.
Okay, I've got two. I'm so glad you asked because I have two things on my mind today.
Okay.
thing number one is a great.
You know what? Maybe we start the show like this from now on. It's like, what's on your mind today?
you
It's like show and tell or
Yeah.
something. Okay, Roxanne, what's on your mind today?
Okay, the big thing is, surprisingly, I got a great night of sleep last night. This entire week, I've had horrendous sleep because of that full moon. And it's going to be
give me
full
a break with
at
the moon.
7:03 a.m. a super moon, and I'm telling you, no, it's studies, MJ.
Oh,
because
that's right.
it's-
This is the last supermoon of the year, too, I think.
I believe so.
I think I read that. You know what? It's funny you bring this up about the moon because I was walking last night and I walked late. I walked at about 6:45. And of course, the sun is all the way down. The moon is up. And when I was walking toward the east, the moon was like right in my face. And I was going to roll video and go, oh, 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 oh. I was going to howl at the
Yeah.
moon.
Yeah.
That's a good way to
It
get your
may-
neighbors to call the cops
That's
on
not still down at Channel Side, is it? Howl at the moon?
I
Is
don't know. That's gone.
That's long gone,
you. Channel
right?
side is gone.
It's exactly. There's no more channels.
Well, didn't they smash down most of those buildings over
Yeah,
there?
and that was a cute little place, wasn't it?
Oh, oh, oh. All right, go ahead.
But it's a fact that as the full moon is it waxing? I forget. Waxing is getting bigger, right? Is it waxing or waning? Anyhow, as it's getting bigger,
Waxing is bigger. Waning, I think waning makes sense that waning is smaller.
it's getting smaller.
Yeah.
As it's waxing, it's harder to sleep, and then it reaches its full point, and then we'll get progressively better sleep.
I have never experienced anything
well,
like this.
make your sleep journal, and you might notice some patterns.
Oh, you want me to keep a sleep
Yeah.
journal now?
Yes, I do.
Do you keep a sleep journal?
I used to. Yeah.
And where are all these binders? Do you have them saved?
Yeah, I do. They're in
are
my
these
closet.
Are these like composition notebooks?
You guys know I love my lists and my papers and my binders. Yes, I kept
just
them.
seems like you like to waste a whole lot of time with like just crap.
Okay.
All right.
So the other thing that's on my mind is I told you I spoke at UT last night to these kids. And
You spoke to UTI?
yes, these kids were great.
Right.
They are college of business.
Nice.
And so they were asking me questions at the end, and something popped into my mind about the Baz Luhrmann sunscreen song.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because they're wanting advice. And
To the class of
99. It was-
To the class
yeah.
of 99, if I have one piece of advice to you,
yes, it's
sunscreen.
wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
And then I read the lyrics, and I'm like, this really stood the test of time. But
Would you just stand up there and read the lyrics
No,
to
no.
Baz Luhrmann's?
No, when I was sitting in the parking lot just
Oh.
now. These are my deep thoughts on the way to work.
Oh, gee.
And one of the girls was asking me questions about, I want to do finance, but I might want to switch to this. And in my head, I know it was overreaching, so I didn't say it, but I just wanted to say, freeze your eggs. Freeze your eggs.
What?
That's my advice to women, at least. And I want
To
to
the
rewrite.
class of 2027,
Yes.
freeze your eggs.
I want to rewrite.
What
But
the
of course,
heck?
that's driven toward female. But I want to rewrite that song with that one piece of advice because it really helps a lot with your career too if you
All
just have that freedom. So
Freeze your eggs. Do you have anything? Is that all you need to say about your lecture to University of Tampa students last
well,
night?
no, maybe we'll hit it later. Maybe we'll hit it later and expand if you'd like.
Did you tell the UT students about any previous UTIs that you might have had?
No, they were
No,
sharing the ones
listen,
that they had.
You got it. Yeah, there's a lot of cranberry juice on campus.
All right.
It's a
60
beautiful campus.
6:08 at the MJ Morning Show as we just get rolling on a Friday. Going to be a very, very busy show. Traffic's on with Schreiner. We're back in minutes.
The FA.
is Q105, 104.7 FM, MJ, Roxanne, Fester over here. Hey, I've got a food item that I brought in that I would like to offer up to you guys later on. Little taste test, a Thanksgiving taste test. Michelle, over the next week or so is going to be kind of whipping up some test items for the Thanksgiving menu at the house. So I brought in one of the test items, and I have it in this container right here.
Oh, that's fun.
Yep. So I want you to taste this. I'll get Michelle on the phone later on and
give a review.
Well, exactly. When a restaurant comes out with like a new food item, the chef whips it up, or the test kitchen whips it up, and many people taste it, see if they think improvements can be made here or there. Well, whatever. So I'm gonna bring you something from the MJ and Michelle test kitchen for Thanksgiving, since we're going to have like a whole pile of people over. I don't know where the hell that came from. Also, I'm thinking about bringing back a fan favorite this morning. Well, I mean, we've done it probably, I'm trying to think the last time we did it. Probably 2-3 months ago. Make Dave laugh.
Ooh.
Yeah. See, I like Make Dave. Hey, Andrew, where's my jingle? Where's my Make Dave laugh jingle? Can you stick that on 17 for me? So I just texted Dave Legaretta. He already texted me back. I said, are you available for a Make Dave laugh? When do you need me? Fester, what time would you recommend we do maybe 8 o'clock?
You know what? Dave's a busy guy, I'm sure. Laughing at everything.
Does 8 a.m. work?
For me, I guess I can squeeze it in my schedule, yeah.
What do you think, 8 a.m.?
Yeah, 8 a.m. for Dave Legaretta.
Okay, I just asked him, does 8 a.m. work?
It might be a little late for him. Doesn't he have to go to work or something?
Well, he does have a job, absolutely. Dave used to be the facilities and plant manager at our old radio company. We don't work for them anymore. They were on Gandy in South Tampa, but they moved out of that place and they moved into a worse hurricane zone.
Yeah.
That was a brilliant move. We were on Gandy in South Tampa. We were always worried about hurricanes there, and they moved to an even worse place in Feather Sound.
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh no! Oh no! So when they moved, now they're in an office building, and they don't need a plant manager and a grounds and a facilities manager. So they fired Dave.
Aww.
But you know what? He's available. Okay. Hang on, let me text him back. Book it. All right, so what we're going to do with this round, we're going to take listener calls as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Roxanne.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Fester and myself come up with like maybe 2 or 3 each.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've never heard Make Dave Laugh, this is where you just say one word, or it can be like a 2-word phrase. Like monkey poop. That would be acceptable.
And you just put it out there, and Dave either laughs or he doesn't.
Or you could just say bucket. And will Dave laugh? So the name of the game is Make Dave Laugh.
Make Dave laugh and you could win, but you don't get no money. He will bust a cackle and grin if he thinks you're funny.
All right, so Dave has one of the best laughs of all time. Hey, where's the? Can you put the Dave laugh? I've got so many pages of sound effects on here. See if we can find the Dave laugh. Put the Dave laugh on 17 as well, and we have a recording of a Dave laugh, and it's just this boisterous, infectious laugh. And listen, you know that you're successful if Dave laughs. So, Fester, just throw out a test word.
Knuckle guts.
All right, so that's an example.
The word doesn't have to make sense.
No, it doesn't have to make sense. Yeah, and it looked like Roxanne rolled her eyes at you, by the way. You did an eye roller. All right, so 8 o'clock this morning, Make Dave laugh. He'll be on the phone. We'll try to make him laugh, and then we'll go to the phones, and you'll get to call up and try to make Dave laugh. So I'm very excited. Let me mark this down. 8 a.m. All righty. Going to be a great Friday feature here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, if you've got a Cybertruck.
Yeah. They're all over the place now.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. My kids love spotting those.
But also, wait a minute. Listen, I think it's a very ugly vehicle.
Sure.
I do know several people that have them. I'm not trying to, damage any relationship, but I find the Cybertruck to be like a mistake on wheels. I'm sorry if any of my friends are listening that have the Cybertruck. I apologize, but listen, I don't hold back. I'm not going to hold my tongue and pretend like I like something when I don't.
You remember like the old car VW bug game? Like Punch Buggy?
Punch buggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't encourage our kids to punch each other because one's much stronger than the other.
Yeah.
But Cybertrucks have become the new lookout car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, you see, there's enough of them to play the game,
Ugh.
and there's getting to be a lot of
Yeah.
them.
Anyway, I'm not a fan of the Cybertruck. It doesn't appeal to me at all. Again, I apologize to any friends or acquaintances that have the Cybertruck. But there's a little warning here. The exterior is supposed to be stainless steel,
right?
right? Well, apparently it's not very stainless. It might
Spill a
be.
cup of coffee on it. And
Well, you're close. It might be steel, but it's apparently not stainless. Some people are finding out the hard way. Some people are putting like wraps over the stainless. Have you seen some of the ones that like are black or they're different colors?
I've seen dozens of them that are different. I saw a pink one in town.
Right.
I saw a neon green one in town.
If anyone is putting a wrap on, or if, and in this case, it's a business owner that put his business, had like vinyl stickers put on the Cybertruck advertising his business. He then took the stickers off, like just peeled this,
yeah.
and it was totally stained into the stainless steel.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Wait,
no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yes.
Can he get some glue be gone to get it up? Well, I guess if it's into the stainless steel.
You mean Goo Gone?
Goo gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to have to do his whole car in that. That's so tedious.
Well, it's not the adhesive that's it. It's just discolored the
It's
metal.
just
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Hey, had you heard about this?
No, but it makes sense. Like I feel like I've seen discolored metal before.
Listen to this. Jalopnik I love Jalopnik. Jalopnik is an automotive, centric website with just a lot of, automobile related stories. Listen to this. For an electric truck that's been touted as the perfect vehicle for the apocalypse, the Tesla Cybertruck is proving to be a bit of a snowflake in the real world. Wasn't there a case early on where a Cybertruck tried to pull like a pickup truck stuck in the mud out, and they attached like a chain or a rope, and then it ripped the whole bumper off the Cybertruck? I mean, it looks like it's supposed to be tough, but have you seen the videos where like guys are like damaging them and seeing how easy they can pull them apart?
No.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of YouTube videos of where people have gone out of their way to smash Cybertrucks.
Right. And there was one video I saw where they're like trying to rip the panels off, and they're ripping parts off the Cybertruck, and it's just, they're like hot glue gunned on, and that's like it. So anyway.
I saw one video of a guy who shot the Cybertruck thinking it was steel,
Right.
and the bullet would bounce off, and he shot right through it.
Oh,
and he
jeez.
was devastated. He's like, I shot my truck.
Anyway, the story goes on that the Cybertruck in the real world might be a little bit more of a snowflake. Some deliveries of the electric pickup trucks, or since deliveries of the electric pickup truck started, Tesla's flagship has been damaged by water, slippery accelerator pedals. Even a YouTuber, that must be what I saw, the YouTuber like ripping it apart. Now the truck's bodywork is being permanently damaged by vinyl wraps and stickers that are being stuck to the precious panels. We already knew that the stainless steel bodywork that Tesla fits to the Cybertruck wasn't really stainless after trucks were delivered with rust marks picked up in transit. Anyone who owns a stainless steel kitchen appliance knows that the stainless part is BS. Well, it depends. It depends whether it's like, what is it, 412 stainless or 306 stainless? Or, yeah, there are different levels of stainless. And for instance, I've had like so-called stainless steel dive knives for scuba diving.
Right.
And one was the lower quality stainless, and that rusted. But then I've had other stainless dive knives. I'm sporting the thin, light Scuba Pro titanium now, and that's not going to rust. But I've seen stainless steel rust, and some stainless steel absolutely does not rust, and it just depends on the steel content. And there are numbers. It's like 312, 308 stainless, or 4. There are different levels of stainless. And Fester, if you want to look up, I just forget the numbers. So anyway, this guy, a Cybertruck owner, put pictures up on the former Twitter to show fellow Tesla owners the issues that he's running with stickers. Aaron Cash took delivery of his Cybertruck just back in March and covered it with stickers promoting his business. He drove around for 8 months showcasing his business name, and then he decided to take them off.
Yeah, I'll take them off.
So he takes the stickers off, and there's like a total ghosted outline of whatever the letters were for the stickers on the side of the Cybertruck.
Yeah, I bet the sun contributes to that too. Just kind of melts the color in.
Well, that's happening. Something's happening. So if you think it's like this impervious stainless steel surface, not so fast.
No.
Yes,
Spanky.
thank you.
All right. I just thought it was interesting. 6:32 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Hey, I got a seriously good pile of early morons in the news, and that's going to be next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. When you have any... MJ Morning Show. I'm just kind of diddling over here trying to come up with a good Friday Morons in the News MJ Morning Show. We got to get into the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson deals tonight. I have a request from maybe you, Fester, maybe you, Roxanne, maybe Andrew, or maybe like a friend of mine. But then I also have a friend problem, which we'll talk about at 7:45. That was my that was my teased item yesterday. You know,
a friend problem.
Yeah, it's like, hey, listen, I got a friend problem. Hey, listen to the MJ Morning Show, 7:45 tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
Not to be confused with asking for a friend.
I mean, you know,
this is a friend problem.
Of course, that listen at 7:45 tomorrow is this morning at 7:45, and just a little over an hour from right now. All right, early Morons in the News. Told you I had a really interesting pile today. Student arrested for trying to sneak meth-soaked T-shirts through LAX. You've heard of this, where they'll take drugs and they'll hide them in certain items, and then you kind of precipitate the drugs out of the item later on. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I have to admit, I'm not that familiar with the
this was
drug
done,
infrastructure.
If you say so.
This was done with cocaine, where you liquefy cocaine and you make it a solid in like some kind of a different object, and then they can extract the cocaine out later.
Like maybe put it in a tennis canister or something as liquid?
No.
Or like dry it up with a towel, then you dry the towel, then you rehydrate. I don't know.
Hold on, Andrew's going to compare it to some movie. What movie was it?
Running Scared with Billy Crystal.
Yeah, you know what? I probably saw that. I don't remember. Can you refresh our memory on that?
A priest, or people who were pretending to be a priest and a nun.
Can you
had
start again and
these
try
things
that?
They were shipping into another country.
Hold on. Start again.
Hey,
Sans the stutters.
I need you to wear headphones in there. I mean, just
Even an earbud.
because while you're talking, I'm trying to talk as well. You can't hear. All right, so start again and try that in English. Go ahead.
Okay. In the movie, they catch a priest and a nun carrying in these little sculptures from South America.
There you go.
And they realize later they were made out of drugs.
There you go. That's another way that drug smuggling occurs.
Carved out of crack or something.
Yeah. Listen to this. A student from the United Kingdom was busted trying to sneak more than a dozen meth-encrusted T-shirts through Los Angeles International Airport in her luggage. Maya Sakwa Manti, 20 years old. Oh, that's a rough way to start out life there, honey. She was on her way to meet her boyfriend for the first time when she decided to stop in L.A. for a couple of days. So she's headed to Australia via L.A. And she was on her way to meet her boyfriend for the first time in Australia. Does that mean like they met online?
And she's traveling around the world to meet him, and he turns her into a drug mule?
Yeah, so it sounds like she flew from, if she's from the UK, she flew from the UK to Los Angeles,
Right.
and then was flying Los Angeles
To Australia.
instead of going the other direction and making a connection, going east. She went west. All right. Anyway, this is according to CBS News. But airport officials noticed that an X-ray machine had flagged her luggage for anomalies earlier this month, November 2nd. When they searched the luggage, they found T-shirts caked with methamphetamine inside the luggage.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the pile of white T-shirts.
Exactly. White T-shirts, which according to court documents were hidden under the suitcase's internal lining, likely contained several kilos of methamphetamine that had become entwined with the fabric.
How do you get out of that one? Like, well, guys, I saw this big pile of snow and I fell down and was doing snow angels. I didn't realize it was a pile of meth.
It's a pretty solid excuse
That's-
right out of the gate. But eventually, they're going to ask a couple of follow-up questions.
Due to the moisture, the suspected methamphetamine was caked into the T-shirts so it could not be separated. The meth-soaked shirts weighed nearly 30 pounds on their own. Customs officials stopped her at the gate, questioned her about the suitcase. She denied any knowledge about the drugged-up T-shirts.
Atta girl.
Ooh, she's in trouble.
What's her name again?
You going to make me say this name again?
I think her name is Socks?
Yeah.
It would have been really ironic.
Her name is Maya
Yeah.
Sakwa
Okay.
Manti.
Well, Sakwa, it would have been really ironic if it were socks instead of T-shirts that she used.
Yeah, she's lucky this happened at LAX and not in, like, Turkey or some other country.
Right?
Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really the country you want to get arrested in.
She admitted buying the T-shirt. She even had a receipt. And there was a report that the T-shirts came from Target.
Yeah, they sell white T-shirts.
But I don't think they have Target in the UK, so...
She bought them in L.A.
Yeah, but... So something's going on here.
She was the pickup person.
So that's why she stopped in L.A. instead of going the other way from the UK, I would imagine. What a freaking moron in the news. Thought she'd get by with this.
Yeah, that's why there are shows like Orange is the New Black to prevent people from doing this, because that's the classic case. The star, the beginning of that show is a woman does something like this to end up in prison.
That's why they have those shows, Busted at the Border, or the National Geographic.
Busted Abroad.
But yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah,
Yeah.
Busted Abroad. That or there's some show that I've seen with like U.S. Customs and Canadian Customs where they actually show people getting busted at the airports during like luggage searches.
Mm-hmm.
There's some show that I've seen on cable TV about that as well. What a bozo. Yeah, authorities brought her to the bag screening area, seized her 2 cell phones, arrested her. In the affidavit, Homeland Security Investigation Special Agent Omar Yassin wrote that the meth was originally in a powder form, and then the powder was washed using a solvent and then blended and melded into the T-shirts. Yeah, she's been charged with possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine, and she's currently in federal custody, 20 years old, and you're in trouble for... She's going down. She's going to some federal prison for probably 5-7 years
Well,
here.
let's figure out where she is in this whole chain. I mean, she could have been exploited or abused or coerced or brainwashed. So let's not put her away for
Yeah, okay,
all
Mr.
these years.
Defense Attorney.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody's entitled to a
Oh,
defense.
of course they
Yeah.
are. But you're getting soft. You're looking for reasons to let this 20-year-old drug mule go. It's got 30 pounds of meth all soaked up into T-shirts, hidden inside the liner of a suitcase.
Are the T-shirts her size?
Doesn't matter what
Because
it
if the
is.
T-shirt don't fit,
Yeah, you must have
you
quit.
must have quit.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, sure. All right. Then we have this. Also drug-related. Out of lovely Frostproof. Let's come a little closer to home here. Out in Polk County. Lovely Frostproof, Florida. Right off of State Road 60 over there. As you head toward Yeehaw Junction. Yeah, Florida guy in Frostproof and a teenager arrested after a burglary and a battery. According to the Polk County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Grady Judd, a group of youngsters described as juveniles had been harassing an individual, a 54-year-old by the name of Everett Brown. Sheriff Grady Judd said that a 14-year-old had recently kicked in Mr. Brown's door and hit him with a red broom handle. What the hell? Anyway, Grady Judd said that, my friends, is called burglary and battery. So Brown calls the sheriff's office. Deputies go out to investigate. While the deputies were investigating and processing the scene of the invasion, they saw Mr. Brown's cocaine and paraphernalia in plain view in the house.
Oh, Mr. Brown.
If you're going to call the cops to report a crime, make sure you hide your own crime. What a bonehead.
So everybody got arrested, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's in trouble.
Mr. Brown didn't say the burglars left that.
It's not mine.
The
no.
Polk County deputy sheriffs, they found Mr. White in Mr. Brown's house. Pile of cocaine and his paraphernalia. Yeah, Everett forgot to hide his cocaine before he had us investigate the crime. So he went to jail for possession of cocaine and paraphernalia. Grady Judd, and this is a phrase that Grady Judd, he utters this phrase all the time. You can't make this stuff up.
You really can't.
That's what he said. Yeah, by the way, the 14-year-old confessed to breaking into Brown's home and hitting him with the broom handle, and he was charged with burglary and battery, which it seems like the complainant has the more serious charge here.
You just did something I always want to remind myself to do with you, MJ, and that is you make up great names for drugs that aren't common street lingo names. Like you just said, Mr. White. I want to keep for cocaine.
Oh.
I want to keep a tally of like your drug names that aren't really drug names, but maybe they could become normal lexicon in the drug trade world.
Well, I just came up with Mr. White because
His name is
Yes.
Mr.
The
the
Brown.
guy's
Of
name is
course.
Mr. Brown. That's the only reason
But
why
you
I
know
see
said
that.
that.
You could work that into conversation like,
Yeah.
have you seen Mr. White lately?
Right?
Yeah. Oh, I have
Oh.
Mr. White right here in my
Gotcha.
purse.
All right.
Yep.
7 o'clock hour starts next. Folks, it's a busy Friday. We're loaded in minutes. And then keep in mind that in the 7 o'clock hour at 7:25, we start an hour and 20 minutes of non-stop MJ. Hey, we had a rash of swatting calls. You know, where people fake like a home invasion or some major issue at someone's house, and they send the cops there. And a lot of times it's called swatting because police departments will send a SWAT team because sometimes someone will make a call and to fake a scenario. There's a hostage situation. There's a home invasion. So swatting. We have a bozo that has been busted for making a whole bunch of swatting calls here in Florida. So we'll get to that coming up and a whole lot more next here on the MJ Morning Show. That's just scratching the surface. So back in minutes. Stand by. Let me tell you about weather. Who?
Barbara Streisand.
It is 7:01 at the MJ Morning Show. Fester, I'm very happy to tell you that your little Redbox video where the car jumped the curb at 7-Eleven and smashed right into a Redbox.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes, how's it doing?
Very well. I think like 13,000, 14,000 views at this point. Yeah, so if you haven't seen this, Fester shot a video in front of, and people were correcting you. You didn't have the road right.
What is it?
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever you said was wrong.
Oh.
Or one of the cross streets was wrong on the video. Yeah, if you haven't seen this, Fester shot this video, and he sent it to me. We transferred it, and the video's up on my Instagram. Certified MJ Radio, and the little caption or the little headline, which I put on the video, car smashes into Redbox, people steal DVDs. And that's what happened. So Fester is at 7-Eleven. Why were you there? Why were you in that particular? Because that's not really your neighborhood.
I was coming up. I'm over closer to the interstate and Bears Avenue, and I was coming up the Veterans Expressway, and I was crossing it. And I was like, hey, if I got off at Gun Highway, I'll see that Redbox machine, because a listener sent me a picture of it first.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
I did. In the video, I said a listener turned me on to this.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that.
A listener told me.
Or I didn't process that.
A listener told me about it, and they sent me a picture. And then it was such a big dent that one picture wouldn't have done it justice for us to talk about.
The whole door is busted off. So the thing got like T-boned, like right in the middle, and it just bent it just busted the whole door of the Redbox movie machine, and then you can see the guts inside. It's like this rotating tabletop of like how many layers? Like 1, 2. It's like 10 layers, and then all the DVDs were in a slot, so now you can see what was inside those Redbox machines. And when somebody smashed into it and busted it open, people stole all the DVDs out. And we had stories with the bankruptcy and the fact that Redbox is now defunct, and you got 24,000 machines littered all over the country, and each machine apparently had around 500 movies in it.
Wow.
Do you realize hang on a minute, how many DVDs that is? If I take, let me just grab my calculator.
Sure.
If I take 24,000, doing this on my little calculator, 24,000 times 500 per machine, that's 12 million DVDs.
That's a lot.
12 freaking million DVDs are in these abandoned red boxes in front of convenience stores, Walmart, supermarkets, blah, blah, wherever.
All right. So I said
CVS. Did I say Walgreens? All over the place.
everywhere you looked. I said Gunn and Hutchinson. Apparently, it's at Henderson.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Get your local geography right, would you please?
Apologies to the Hutchinson
All right,
family.
so if you haven't seen this video, it's doing very well. People love it. People are commenting, and it's Fester. So just go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and then you'll see it's one of the top videos, near the top still. And just look for Fester and click on that if you want to see this red box just obliterated.
More importantly, is what
Yeah.
about this welt on your face? When do you have the procedure scheduled?
I'm gonna do it because listeners.
The listeners voted yes.
Yeah, a lot of listeners said yeah. It's just it's a sebaceous. You know what's weird though?
Mm-hmm.
It was more prevalent like 2 months ago, and it's actually gotten a little smaller on its own. So I took a picture of this.
It has.
It's how do you know?
Because it doesn't look that big right now.
Yeah, so it's shrunk, and it was more prevalent, and but still it's bothering me. So I'm going to go to the dermatologist and have him zap it off. You want to see that picture? Yeah, it's kind of, I'm a little self-conscious on it, I guess, and I'm not really self-conscious about much, but I don't like it. So if you want to see that, the little facial bump, or if you want to see it, it's on my Instagram as well, Certified MJ Radio. The Mike Tyson fight with Jake Paul is tonight. That's going to be a big deal. Lot of people are planning their Friday night around Jake Paul and Mike Tyson on Netflix. We'll get into that later on because I have a pile. And there was an altercation, and was it real or was it just kind of juice up the hype? Anyway, Netflix tonight, and there are like 12 bouts before the main event. So I need some help on this. I'll explain in just a bit. So hold on. Just mentioning, don't forget, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. How much money is each getting? I have that in front. We got a lot on this coming up in just a bit. And it's got to be a big Friday night appointment TV deal. I mean, you got husbands and wives and boyfriends and girlfriends and families. They're planning their whole Friday night around this thing.
This is the only thing I have planned tonight.
Yeah, and
It really is.
And that's going to be just tens and tens and tens of millions of people across the country with this. Listen, boxing's not what it used to be. I remember when I was a kid, and it was like Leon Spinks and Frazier and the back end of Muhammad Ali, because that was kind of the back end of what I remember of his career. But there was just a much bigger boxing environment with these huge matches,
Well,
and even with Mike Tyson back in the in the 90s.
Remember that?
Yeah, it kind of
pay-per-view is what killed boxing for regular people, because my dad wouldn't spend $70 to see a fight.
$69.99.
Yeah, but it was on HBO, which we paid for every
Right.
month, and HBO Boxing had all the Tyson fights, so we'd watch them all, and they were all big events.
But boxing is nowhere near what it used to be. And what caused the collapse? Why is it? I just remember back in the 70s when I was a kid, 80s when I was a kid, and then certainly 90s, we still have these big boxing events, and now
you want to know what it is?
What?
It's MMA. It's real.
Yeah.
It's real fighting.
Yeah.
Or where guys are really beating the crap out, and they're not
That's
standing up straight and putting pillowcases on their hands and jabbing. I mean, these guys are fighting and grappling and getting on the ground. And now
Yeah.
that I've been to MMA fights, other than a spectacle fight, it's really hard to watch boxing.
Yeah, boxing is more of a dance. It's an art.
Yeah.
All right, here's the swatting story. And this is a dude from California that thought it was funny to call Florida. So this dude's in California, calls Florida with all kinds of fake, police 911 calls, claiming there's an invasion, there's a hostage situation, causing, these swatting issues. I've got this guy's mugshot, and he looks exactly like somebody that would do this. So this dude has pleaded guilty here in Florida to making hundreds of calls, not just in Florida, but nationwide. So I don't know if they're going to move him all around the country to different jurisdictions to go after him. Alan Fillion, Filion, 18 years old. Hey, dude, you're an adult. You're going to adult prison, you schmuck. Yeah, so he's pleaded guilty. Yeah, he did some of these when he was 17, but apparently some were clocked in when he was 18.
Is it pleaded or pled? Is it either or?
Or pleads. He pleads guilty.
He pled guilty.
He pleaded guilty. Now, pleaded is correct.
Okay.
So you might be able to say pled.
The California man pleaded guilty.
But yeah, he pleaded guilty is correct. So he pleaded guilty earlier this week here in Florida for making hundreds of swatting calls all across the country, actually. This is a federal case. The Department of Justice put out a news release. Alan Fillion, 18, admitted to making, listen to this, over 375 swatting and threat calls from August of 2022, so that would have put him probably at, 16 years old, to January of this year, 2024. Yeah, he was arrested earlier this year when he was still 17. Deputies said he placed a 911 call to a mosque in Sanford, which is just, northeast of Orlando, and threatened to conduct a mass shooting at the mosque.
Hold on. How do you place a 911 call to a religious?
Well, no. He was what he would do is he placed a 911 call
to 911
and said that he was going to shoot up a mosque.
Okay, all right.
So placed a 911 call about a mosque, and he said, "I just finished reading the Devil's Koran,
all right,
and I'm going to unintelligible commit a mass shooting at 786 Myrtle Street in Sanford." Said that during the 911 call. And then starts disparaging the Quran and all this stuff and the mosque. So there were multiple places. He threatened to detonate bombs, conduct mass shootings at other targets, other religious institutions, high schools, colleges, government officials, government offices.
This is really a bad guy.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, this guy is a total bonehead.
We don't need this guy in society.
No, we don't. And they caught him. They finally caught him.
I thought he was like the guy who was like swatting like Justin Bieber, and I was like, kind of chuckling.
But the term swatting has really come to the lexicon because a lot of celebrities have been swatted. Roxanne, do you have the list?
I do.
Roxanne has a list of like celebrities that have been swatted where the sickos find the celebrity's address.
And the SWAT team goes to their house because they think there's
They call 911 and they say, "Oh my God, I'm at Ashton Kutcher's house."
Yep, he's on the list.
He's on the list. And there's been a home invasion. There's a hostage situation.
Mass murder, killed his whole family.
There are gunshots.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's what, and it's all fake. None of this has happened, and it's called swatting because these police departments mobilize. They send out the SWAT teams. That's why they called it swatting. All right. So what's the list of celebrity swattings?
Right. Let's go back to 2012 when Miley Cyrus was a victim.
Yes, Miley Cyrus. Hi, it's Miley. I was swatted.
Yep. Possible home invasion, gunshots fired at the pop star's house.
Who else?
And no one was home when police arrived.
Party in the USA. Miley Cyrus here. Hi.
I bought a house in L.A.
This is Miley Cyrus. You're listening to the MJ Morning Show on 104.7 FM Q105.
Got swatted the very next day.
Yeah, you ever notice? She sounds like that when she talks, but when she sings.
I know. It's true.
All right, go ahead.
Ashton
Am I entertaining you?
Yeah, that was funny.
Right.
Ashton Kutcher. He was swatted in 2012 as well.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to name these
Yeah,
people.
just
We're
name
gonna
them. Go ahead.
reenact it.
Go ahead.
Justin Bieber.
Yep.
2012.
Yep.
Jeez. Simon Cowell.
Oh, that's right, Simon
Got
Cowell.
swatted.
Yeah, he was swatted.
By Randy Jackson.
But
yes.
you know what? It was awful. It was terrible. It was not a very good swatting.
It's a
You're not
stop.
ready to go to Hollywood to swat. No. Go ahead.
Charlie Sheen. He
Yeah.
was all tiger blooded up probably when that happened. So
Yep.
that was crazy town. Okay, Tom Cruise was swatted.
Yep.
Didn't realize that.
Where? Where was he? I don't think it happened in Clearwater
no,
here.
no, he was not
Out in-
present. He
out
was
in
Hollywood
LA?
Stars home.
Okay.
Yep. Chris Jenner, Chris Brown,
Mm-hmm.
Clint Eastwood. Jeez.
Hold on. Get off my lawn.
Sir, we're the SWAT team.
Get off my lawn.
Los Angeles Police Department.
Get off my lawn. All right, who else?
Paris Hilton. What
Right.
was her catchphrase?
That's hot.
That's hot.
That's hot.
Oh, guess who else got swatted?
Tell me.
Mr. Baby Oil himself.
Oh, P.
Yeah.
Diddy?
He wanted to get
Mr.
swatted.
Lube and Baby Oil was swatted? What year was that?
2013.
Really?
That's when he started introducing spanking to the freak offs.
Yeah. Anything else?
Rihanna.
Rihanna?
This list goes on and on.
yeah.
Justin Timberlake.
Just rapid fire. Go. Just,
Selena Gomez. I know, but I've got to scroll down.
Oh.
There are all these ads. Russell Brand, Ryan Seacrest, who hasn't been swatted, basically. Magic Johnson, Khloe Kardashian, and that's just up to 2013. Those are the 2013
who was the
list.
SWAT Magic Johnson?
I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah,
leave Magic
I mean-
alone.
That's a big list, right?
So I
Just-
thought this kid was like behind those kinds of swattings, and not that that's funny, but
it
it's
doesn't seem he was doing celebrity swattings.
he's doing
He was just doing like government offices, government officials,
hate crime
yeah,
swattings.
religious organizations, and
Wow.
yeah. I'm holding his picture up. Let me hold his mugshot up to MJTV, and yeah, this guy looks like exactly what you'd expect. Yeah, I'm holding this up to MJTV right now. And for those that don't know, you can always watch us on TV every morning. If you go to mjmorningshow.com and you go to the top of the page, on the top of the nav bar, you'll see MJTV. Just MJTV. Click on that, and it'll take you to MJTV. And we're live from 6 to 10 a.m. or 6 to 9:46 or whenever we end the show. And you can also go back and watch any of the other shows. So if you can't watch us live like today, you can go back later this afternoon or tonight or this weekend. You can watch what we do in the studio live with cameras on all of us. MJTV on mjmorningshow.com. That's mjmorningshow.com. Yeah, the swatting deal. Oh, little fact here. The numbers are in.
Is it a fun fact?
No, I don't like that term.
I know you don't.
Yeah, I hate when people say, hey, fun fact.
Don't throw him off.
Yeah. So with the whole Mattel Wicked.com misprint, these Mattel Wicked movie dolls, the Broadway show turned into the movie, which opens up, I think, next week?
I think so.
Officially, right?
Was it
Just before
22nd?
Thanksgiving. So Wicked, if you've heard the story, we dealt with it much earlier in the week, that there was a misprint on the box for these Wicked dolls, and they put Wicked.com on there instead of WickedMovie.com. And Wicked.com apparently is a porn company. Wicked porno movies. It's I hadn't heard of them, but apparently they're big in the porno business.
They're a player in the space, apparently.
Yeah, and they have like millions of boxes with these toys in it all over the country, and it's Wicked.com when it should have been WickedMovie.com. Anyway, with that problem, and of course Mattel was kind of recalling them or telling stores to
initially it was like just
scratch it out or cover up the Wicked.
They weren't even telling the stores; they were telling the parents who already purchased
Yeah,
them.
there you go.
Just cover it up. Just
then
score it out.
earlier in the week, there was some kind of story that Mattel was actually recalling them, or
I thought we had a caller who might have said Target was. She worked at Target.
yeah, Target was pulling them off the shelves.
According to one caller.
Yeah, and then I saw an item that there was a woman that went to a Target and did find one of the affected toys from Wicked and tried to check out, and it wouldn't scan, or some message came up, not for sale or recalled item, so they couldn't even check out. So, I mean, what do?
You shoplift it.
No, or you just say, listen, I want this, man. This is a collector's item. What do you just like go to a cashier and let's say the doll is $19.99. Is it stealing? If they don't want to sell it to you, but it's still on the shelf and somebody found it, but technically you can't buy it, what if you just take, like, let's say it's $19.99 or $24.99, and you
Okay.
just throw $30 in cash at the cashier, which clearly covers the item plus any sales tax, and then you just walk out of the store. I don't think that's stealing. I mean, you're just taking it, but you threw more than enough money at them, even though it's not technically for sale. Think about that one. Let that one bust up your brain for about 2 seconds. All right, 7:18 at the MJ Morning Show. When we but I you know what? I didn't even get to the reason why I brought this up again.
Why?
Because of this whole mistake, their porn site traffic at Wicked is at a 12-year high.
We went there. We clicked it once.
Wicked's,
Can they maintain now?
Wicked's web traffic. This is why I brought this up. I was about to move on and not even do the actual payoff here. So Wicked's, the porno company's website traffic at a 12-year high after the mistake.
Yeah, and it's people who've never watched porn before. They're like, oh, hey, honey, take a look at this.
Oh, my. Anyway, 7:19 now at the MJ Morning Show. When we return, an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Make Dave Laugh is coming up at 8 o'clock. Songs that make Roxanne cry.
What?
Roxanne,
Friday.
I got a follow-up email I got to read you.
Oh, great.
Oh, I've got 2 emails. We have a listener that came to the station to pick up a prize and apparently is hot for somebody that they saw here at the radio station and wants me to hook them up. I'm
Do
like,
we know
what?
who?
What?
Do we know who the person
Oh,
is?
yeah. I know. Oh, this is crazy. This is not. Anyway, that is just scratching the surface of what's coming up. I've got a friend problem coming up. I've got to do a little food taste test with you. We had a little test kitchen action last night.
Lots
and
of stuff.
I want to get your thoughts. It is a loaded Friday here on the MJ Morning Show, and we're back in moments. Veterans Ford. It is the MJ Morning Show from the Universal Amphitheater in Hollywood, California. No, that wouldn't be. Would it be? I guess North Hollywood, right? All right. Welcome, folks. 7:27 at the MJ Morning Show, and here we go. An hour and 20 minutes, and we're from St. Petersburg this morning at near 4th and Gandhi, where our studios are located nearby. Welcome to the hour and 20 minutes plus of the MJ Morning Show. We have a breaking news update, ladies and gentlemen. And then there were 8.
Oh, no.
Any idea what I'm getting at when I say, and then there were 8?
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's weird of how fascinating you find this story.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the South Carolina monkeys?
Would you like to touch my monkey?
Yes.
It's just because
I mean,
so we can play that
That's
job.
it. That's it.
Would you like to touch my monkey?
That's the only reason. There are 8 monkeys are left on the loose.
If we didn't have monkey-centric sound effects or audio clips, would you even care about this story?
Hey, where's my screaming monkey noise? And, of course, these are the rhesus macaques. These are the monkeys that broke out of the research facility. 43 in all, and only 8 remain on the loose. So they've done a pretty good job. Now, are they going to get all of the 8, or is there going to be some lingering lore of, the monkeys that are still out there that they can't capture? That's going to be interesting to see.
How do they know like a hawk didn't swoop down and get a couple of these?
This thing's going to kind of fall apart, which is good news.
I mean, in November, you just expect.
Let's go to the National Hurricane Center. I can do it on my phone, and let's just the latest
Storm that we thought it was going to be?
No. Yeah, in fact, can you just
Is it going to be just a rain event?
Can you just go there, Fester? Just go.
I'm on the site right now.
You're on there. All right, let me go to
warning cone?
Yeah, warnings and cones, static images. Yeah, so you know what? It looks like it's even headed over an even thicker, denser part of real estate over Central America. So it's just a tropical storm. Then it's going to turn into a depression and then head out into the Gulf.
Is that the Gulf of Campeche?
Is that what it's called? It might be.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, everyone was fearing like worst case scenario that like a mid-November Category 2 was going to be headed our way, but it just doesn't appear that that's going to be the situation. Is it going to get onto the Gulf, and could we have remnants mid next week and a rain and a little bit of wind, like just a rainstorm? That's possible. But the worst case scenario, or even a mid case scenario, or even a lower case scenario, those aren't going to come to fruition. And in fact, there are some models that kind of scatter it all around and even push it north. So, I guess we can try to get Dennis Phillips on, or we'll just let him sleep.
Yeah, let him sleep.
Yeah,
him do
let
his
him
thing
sleep.
Today.
Yeah, because
I worry about him. I feel like he's up all the time. He was so tired the other day driving to the kids to the Great American Teach-In, and
what do you mean? How do you
Rest.
know he was tired?
because he said he was.
Oh,
He
did
said
he
he
say-
barely slept.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think he said he was up all night with this Sarah.
All right, so that's the latest. Sarah, and it's spelled right with that old Starship song, SARA. And then the storm's brewing as of 6 a.m. Central Time. Maximum sustained winds at 50 miles an hour. So it's a tropical storm.
That's
It's
nothing.
never going to make Category 1 hurricane status. And then it's going to roll in like over Belize and then kind of clip the upper part of Guatemala and then into Mexico, kind of south of the Yucatan, or the main chunk of the Yucatan Peninsula. So it's really going to be a long, extended, and it's going to turn back into a depression over land, and then it'll probably just get chewed up
Okay.
and fall apart.
So it's a non-event.
It looks
most
like
likely.
it looks like it's going to be a non-event, and people were panicking, and there was all kinds of idiots out there that were trying to drum up panic and worry people on social media. Putting up charts and
Yeah.
the line coming straight toward Tampa as a Category 2 in mid-November. No, it's
And then it was it's crazy.
it's not going to happen.
No.
So that's maybe some rain. We'll see where this thing actually goes. Hey, did you see the item where some dude in St. Pete had a coughing fit and smashed through the wall of a parking garage and the car's dangling over the side?
What?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to a
Yeah.
parking garage where you park right up against the concrete
Yeah.
barrier.
Yeah. Happened here in St. Petersburg. A car was seen hanging off a parking garage structure yesterday morning. This was just before 9:15 yesterday morning. The parking garage is situated near the sundial, so 111 2nd Avenue Northeast. Do you know the area?
I mean, that whole area has parking garages around
Yeah.
it, right? There's a parking garage straight across from Sundial.
Yeah, the report which came from St. Pete Fire and Rescue said the driver had a coughing fit and then smashed through.
Oh my God. Look at this. Because the concrete wall is
Yeah.
one big stretch. The whole thing just like a big domino. Just went clunk.
Is that a Mustang?
It looks like a Mustang.
Yeah, I think that's a Ford Mustang.
Yeah.
It's a white Ford Mustang. And just, you're in a parking garage structure. And if you pull in and you're parking against like the exterior wall, a lot of times, it's like a knee wall, or the wall is up like maybe what, three and a half feet?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure, yeah,
exactly.
right.
So you're pulling in, and then if you're looking straight ahead, then you see outside and the exterior of the garage. That's where this person was parking, and apparently they started having a coughing fit. And then I guess during the coughing fit, must have jammed down on the gas pedal and then smashed the car into the exterior wall of the parking
Oh, no.
garage.
Was that actual audio or was that a reenactment?
That's actual audio.
Okay.
No,
Oh my!
I
that guy-
asked Andrew, hey, find me, Andrew, that's the best coughing fit you can find? That's the best? Really?
Or was that just the first?
I guess there were not a lot of coughing fit sound effects out there. You know what? I bet you we could do a better one. Fester, can you do a coughing fit? Do me a favor.
Don't hurt yourself.
No, I want you to do something first.
What?
Turn the other way. I don't want you coughing in my
the
direction.
microphone won't reach.
Yeah, all
The
right.
microphone won't reach.
Okay, turn towards the door. I don't want you facing towards me.
Don't.
yeah, I got bad news
all right,
for you.
Just go sideways. Go sideways. All right, a little more. All right, do your. There we go.
It sounded a little Haktua-ish at the end.
That's what he said.
That's a funny term, coughing fit. I'm sorry, that just makes me laugh.
I mean, you know exactly what it is as soon as you hear the term.
You know what? I should with Make Dave Laugh coming up at 8 o'clock.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's right,
yeah.
folks. Make Dave Laugh is coming back. 8 o'clock this morning, you'll be able to call in to try to make Dave Legaretta laugh. I think I'm going to add coughing fit to the list.
What, to your words that you're going to use?
No, see if he,
okay.
See if he laughs at that. Yeah, so the car is dangling, and it was only like the second level, so it wasn't that high up.
I'm looking at a photograph of it. The guy could have literally jumped. Even if his car would have left the parking garage, he probably would have been fine.
Yeah, it's only like 6.5 feet up on the level that he was on. It would have been much more entertaining if it was like 5 stories up, you know?
I mean, I'm glad nobody was injured.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's a front-wheel drive vehicle, right?
Yeah, the St. Pete Fire and Rescue Technical Rescue Team, they raced to the scene. They secured the vehicle. They inspected the structure. They made sure that there was no like structural damage that was going to cause the parking garage to collapse. Anyway, the vehicle was towed out of the garage, and I guess the property manager that runs this garage, they were. I would imagine it's back open because this was yesterday. Nobody injured, but
I mean, the garage is fine.
if you go into a coughing fit, just keep your foot on the brake. Don't like jam down on the gas if you're going into like this out of control, whooping cough fit.
Throw it in park or even neutral. You'd be fine.
Yeah, that's
That's fine. It's a great picture.
oh, the picture's fantastic, and right in downtown St. Petersburg. I got a couple of emails. First of all, Roxanne, I'll deal with your email.
All right.
Follow up from the guy that wanted to know if you were leaving the show, and
Okay. From him, from the same guy.
oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let me read his email. Hey guys, I was listening to the show yesterday when you addressed my email questioning whether Roxanne was leaving the show and auditioning for that program, The Blend. What is it? What's the actual name?
Morning Blend.
He calls it The Blend.
Yeah.
All right. The Morning Blend, which is an ABC. It's like one of those paid shows where
some of the segments are paid and some of them are not.
But like businesses will pay
Yep.
to get interviewed and expose their product. I mean,
Yeah.
like you interviewed some dude about restless leg syndrome. That must have been
No,
thrilling.
I didn't.
What? No.
I let into that package.
Oh, you didn't do it?
No, but I let into the package.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How much did that guy pay?
I don't know.
How much do I have to
Alright.
pay just to sit
So,
there and make funny faces at the camera?
Let me read the rest of the email. So the guy we read an email yesterday where this guy was saying, hey, was Roxanne auditioning for that job full time for this ABC show? And, that got us asking, Roxanne, are you, looking to leave the MJ Morning Show? And when you filled in on ABC Action News's The Morning Blend as a host, were you auditioning? Anyway,
And the answer to that question, the first part of it is
well, hold on.
okay.
Stop. But before you say it, this guy's pointing out that he was listening yesterday, and here, let me read this. Roxanne never directly answered the question, are you auditioning for the TV job and planning to leave the MJ Morning Show if you get it? I will listen again Friday morning. Please ask Roxanne directly, were you auditioning? And if you got the job, would you leave the MJ Morning Show?
Okay.
That is a direct
I'm going to make
question.
this guy so mad because I'm not going to answer it again.
Well,
and I'm going to say,
Oh,
I'm going to answer it like this. Number one, the difference between auditioning and filling in is when you fill in, you get paid. When you audition, you don't get paid. So I was filling in.
But
that's the question. That's the answer.
Were
Number two.
Were you filling in, getting paid, but
Yes.
also auditioning?
Was it like a test reel?
And if they offered you the job, would you take the job?
I'm going to answer another question. I'm going to answer the question this way.
Oh.
Okay. If I was auditioning for the job,
So this is a question with a question.
Listen very carefully.
Let her get a
All
piece
right.
out. All right, we'll give it to us.
If I was auditioning for the job, I certainly didn't do a good job because I was very distracted getting hundreds of text messages about an alleged missing toe.
Yeah.
All right, that's an in your face.
Yeah, it was kind of.
In my face. All right,
Yeah.
the second email. I mean, I thought it was that was. I figured that most people thought that would be just absurd. All right, so this.
You know how many people sent me texts?
Yeah, no,
thoughts and
listen,
prayers for
listen.
Roxanne's too,
Okay,
and
okay,
then you never followed it up.
All right, listen.
The range of thoughts and prayers.
It was
yes.
it was clearly absurd, and that's the way I intended it. All right.
Okay.
So the next email.
Is it Roxanne centric?
No, this is not at all. Hi, MJ. I was at your studio picking up a prize, and I saw the most beautiful young woman I've seen in a long time. And I'm wondering if she is available.
You talking about Miss Jackie that works the front counter?
I believe she was your cleaning woman.
Oh, she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. Yes, she is. I
So-
always see her in the restroom, and I always talk. She's lovely. Yeah.
So this guy, and I've seen her. I don't see her a lot, but maybe a couple of times a month, or it depends on what the schedule is when I leave. So this dude was picking up a prize, and here's the deal: is that we've got the men's and ladies' room, and then the unisex bathroom. You know, the what do you call it? The family rest. Those are all right in our lobby. So when you go to our lobby to pick up a prize, the restrooms are right there. And that's the only time I ever see this young woman who's on the cleaning crew is when I'm leaving and she happens to be there. And, sometimes she's like in the hall before, or, a lot of times I guess I see the cart and she's in one of the restrooms and I don't see her.
Yeah.
But this guy apparently saw her and wants to know if we can hook her up with our young, attractive cleaning woman.
She's really pretty. Good taste.
I know. I mean, this is a little unorthodox here, isn't it? I mean, what
Be matchmakers.
what do I? Oh yeah, she doesn't work for us. Andrew's pointing out.
Yeah, she's not a radio company employee.
No, I think she must work for a contractor
That does building maintenance.
who is contracted by the building management company that manages all of these buildings here at, what are we called, Bay Point?
I don't know.
Yeah, former Koger Executive Center is now called Bay Point. And so she must work for a cleaning company.
They have like 15 or 20 office buildings, and they have a team of people that go around and clean them all.
Exactly. So this woman, and I've seen her. How old would you say she is? She's probably what, early 20s?
I was gonna say, 20s for sure.
I mean, she's not like some, large Marge, with a hairnet and,
Yeah, no, she's
62
lovely.
years old or something. So, I haven't paid attention to her really. I've waved. I'm courteous. I don't even, does she speak English?
I don't think she speaks a lot of English, but I think she speaks some.
All right, so what do I do here? We have a listener that wants us to. He wants us to matchmake her with the young cleaning crew girl that's cleaning the bathrooms and emptying out the waste baskets. And you know what? She's an attractive young woman.
I have a question.
Who I guess is probably, what would you say, 22, 23, somewhere in that?
She's not older than 25, I
Right.
promise you.
I tell her to try to win more prizes. I mean,
No, him.
Him?
Him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So it's a male? I couldn't tell.
It's a guy. Yes,
I thought I heard you say her a couple times.
Yeah,
it's-
the woman who cleans.
It's
yes.
a guy. No. The cleaning person is a young female.
Okay.
The emailer is a male that was picking up a prize.
Well, tell him
Right.
to be the seventh caller a little
All right,
more often.
Andrew said I might have misspoke a couple of times.
Yeah, I heard you say her a couple times, and far be it from me to question anybody's choices.
No,
so-
I meant her
Okay.
being the cleaning woman.
Right, okay.
And him,
Right.
he's the guy
Okay.
trying to get
I
hooked
needed
up
a little
with.
clarification.
We got the guy is trying to get hooked up with our female cleaning woman.
Okay.
So what do we do?
I think you leave that one alone. I mean, you do. You don't know what she's got going on.
I got to pay a little more attention and see if our cleaning woman is really that attractive.
I'm going to tell her, but I'm not,
Don't tell her anything.
just because it's a nice compliment.
Is it?
Who
She
wouldn't
just
like?
wants to clean and get the hell out of here and go home.
I know, but it's nice to hear
You know what?
someone is so, entranced with your beauty that they've written MJ an email after picking up prizes.
no.
I've got to like engage with her and just kind of gauge whether she speaks English.
How's that
or...
going to go? Hola, me llamo MJ on El Radio. I mean, let her do her job.
I have an emailer that says you're muy color. Very hot.
Yes,
Yeah,
right. We got it.
Muy color.
All right, listen.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Don't bother the poor lady. Let her do her job. I'm sure she's doing a wonderful job.
But isn't that an interesting little twist?
Yeah, it is.
I got a
like
guy
that.
picking up a prize who wants to pick up our cleaning girl here at the office
Ugh.
with her Rubbermaid push cart with,
Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, if you follow the push cart and the golf cart around, you can figure out. Never mind. I don't know about
it's
that much.
7:46 at the MJ Morning Show. I've got a little food taste test coming up in a minute. We've got Roxanne's sad songs.
This is going to be fun.
This is Friday, but for Roxanne, there are songs that turn it into
Cry Day.
yes, cry day, cry day, cry day.
This is inspired by a Margot Robbie story,
All right,
What happened?
but we'll get into
We'll
it.
get to that in a bit. And then, of course, Make Dave Laugh is coming up at 8 o'clock. First, though, I've got a friend problem. Oh, and then the Mike Tyson thing tonight on Netflix is a big deal. We'll get into that. I got a Friends issue here. I'm waiting for Andrew to play the theme from Friends. Don't bother. Here's how many friends the average man has. I'm not even in the hunt here. I don't think I have any friends.
Well, I need definitions on friends.
All right. So
Well, they do break it down.
all right, I do have some friends, but on the breakdown, I mean, I don't qualify for a lot of this. So listen to this. Men have, and this is according to research. This is a research commissioned by Talkspace, Talker Research. Anyway, so men have 5 general friends, 3 close friends, and 2 best friends on average. So I'm like,
Say
all
that
right.
again, please.
All right. So men have 5 general friends, 3 close friends, and 2 best friends on average, according to this recent study.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'm like, how does this apply to me?
I think I'm out
Yeah.
on the middle category.
Same here.
I have 2
I-
best friends.
And that's where I'm entering this equation because
Mhm.
I have general friends, so I would say maybe I have 5 general friends, but I would say I only have 1 close friend, and I don't have any I would consider best friends.
See, I want to ask Doug about this. He has friends. He talks to those friends 24/7 on the phone.
Yeah, he's a yenta.
yeah,
He's definitely got. I think he's got
all right. So
3 best friends, and then 4 or 5 close
so
friends.
best friends, that's the kind of friend you'd get involved in crime with.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, for sure.
Best friend. I
What,
would,
like Ocean's 11?
I would put myself in danger to fight to protect my best friend. But if you're just a friend, I'm gonna let you take the first couple of hits. Like
All right,
MJ,
so-
you and I are just friends.
I do have, I would say, 5 general friends. I have probably 1 close friend, but I don't think I have anything that qualifies as a best friend.
Could
you know
your
what?
close friend be the best friend?
No, I mean, it's definitely a close friend, but I don't think I have anything that qualify. Maybe it's just what I need out of life. I don't need friends. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's you and Michelle.
I'm just
are,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
just
like,
kind of
that's your best
I'm
friend.
kind of like just floating in my own little orbit, and I've been so busy career-wise. My career and doing my work, that's really been my best friend. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
so
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah, I guess. I mean, close friend and best friend might be interchangeable. I mean, what's the definition? I need a little better definitions on them because I'm missing one of the categories. Either I don't have.
Hold on. What definition do you
I mean,
need?
either
You've got general friends, you've got close friends, and then you have best friends,
I know.
besties.
But I think
What-
of a
what-
best friend you have to talk to every day. I don't talk to anybody, with the exception of you two, every day. You know?
But
Yeah.
even somebody that I consider a close friend, I'll go weeks without talking to
Right.
them.
Months sometimes.
I wouldn't know. It's not months, but it would certainly be weeks.
Okay.
Anyway, I said I've got a friend problem here. According to the research, I've got a friend issue
Man,
here.
I need my friends.
But you know what? I don't need friends. I'm self-sufficient. I'm able to occupy myself and not even think about. I'm not like wallowing in sorrow. Oh my I don't have any friends. You know, like who's the Winnie the Pooh guy?
Eeyore.
Yeah,
Eeyore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not like an Eeyore. You are like an Eeyore, but you're not like an Eeyore.
So anyway, I just thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I absolutely need my friends.
All right, how do I put this? And I want to get Michelle on the phone. And listen, in no way is this a reflection on Michelle. Michelle did nothing wrong. And I think she was a little concerned that I was going to bring this up.
All right, when you preface it like that, it's not a good look.
Listen, I'm being
When you
honest.
try to condition, okay, it's not her fault, but this is what happened. You're conditioning
All right,
everyone.
Thanksgiving's coming up in 2 weeks. All right?
All right. Is it? Yeah, 2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from yesterday.
Yesterday. That's
2
right.
weeks from yesterday. Today's Friday. So 2 weeks from yesterday, Thanksgiving's coming up. And we've got like a bunch of people coming over, and Michelle's got the whole list. I'm frying the turkey in 100% peanut oil.
Are your close friends coming over, or your best friend?
They are not.
No?
They are not. All right. So I'm frying up the turkey. We've got a like a 10 to 14 pounder, a fresh Florida raised turkey. We're getting it from the Boozy Pig on Cypress. Folks, if you want to, you better hurry. I don't know if you want a fresh turkey that is a Florida raised turkey and not some frozen turkey that's been in some warehouse for 2 years. Call the Boozy Pig on Cypress because they're selling these fresh turkeys, and make a reservation. I did, so I'm going to be frying up the turkey. Michelle will, as always, order a honey baked ham. She'll make the Joël Robuchon famous mashed potatoes, which are unfreaking believable.
All right.
And you got a ridiculous amount of butter in these potatoes. You got to use, there's a certain potato you got to use. You got to have the ricer to.
Are you guys stuffing people?
She will have stuffing. I'm going to do my famous Brussels sprouts and shallots and garlic and onions and olive oil. We will have cornbread. She'll make her southern buttermilk biscuits. But
Will there be a yam-based dish?
there'll be sweet potato.
Okay,
And, yeah.
all right.
Well, here's the issue. So Michelle wanted to do some test with the cornbread last night, and I don't want her to be angry at me. This is not a reflection on Michelle because she did everything right. But I had a little when I said, hey, I want to bring in the cornbread and have everybody, give it a taste. She's like, no, I don't want to talk. I don't want to do. You're going to make it seem like I'm a bad guy. No, this is. All right, let me get Michelle on the phone, and hopefully she'll pick up.
You are not putting us in an easy position. What if the cornbread sucks?
I want you guys to taste it.
No, I'm going to tell Michelle it's great.
I want listen, just be honest here.
Roxanne
Yeah,
can't do
I
that.
can't.
Roxanne can't give an honest opinion about anything. Everything's great to Roxanne.
Well,
It's
some
great.
things aren't.
It's great. It's great. Oh, Michelle, it's great. You're going to tell Michelle it tastes dry and crummy.
I mean, I'm going to give her like a scale.
So she's not even picking up.
Oh no.
She doesn't want any part of it.
Well, hang on. She might not have gotten to the phone in time. Hang on a minute.
Oh, she's there.
Nope, she hasn't texted me. All right, let me try it again. Hold on.
I want to recuse myself from the cornbread
Stop,
segment.
stop.
There's no win.
Just-
There's no
just-
win for me here.
Just stop. All
I
right,
don't
hang
have to
on.
win, but I'm not trying to lose.
Hang on.
This is terrible.
Why is she not picking up?
She told you she doesn't want to partake in this.
No, but I don't think she was serious. Not to the point where she's going to ignore my phone call.
This sounds pretty serious.
That's, by the way, my voicemail is blah blah.
I think you read that one wrong.
Let me try.
Chief.
Let me try this cell phone. Hang on a minute. All right. You know what? She might be up early this morning. I think she might have something planned today. So let me call the cell phone. I mean, I hope she's not taking it personally. It's not her. She did nothing wrong. Oh, great. Let me call Chloe.
Listen,
What?
Michelle's a kind of do what you say what you mean kind of person. She says she doesn't want to partake in it. She's not going to be here.
Well, she didn't really say. Let me call Chloe. She should be getting ready to leave for work. Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, Chloe.
Yes,
Hey, do you know where Mom is?
probably in bed sleeping.
Can you walk in there real quick?
Dad, my car is about to be here.
Real quick, because I'm trying to get a hold of her. This is important. Just run quickly. Are you upstairs or downstairs?
Yes.
Well,
Mom, it's Dad on the phone.
Okay, tell him I'm not talking to him.
She said she's not talking. She's
See?
sleeping.
hold on, Michelle. Why? Ask her why won't she talk?
You have to go to work, and I'm sleeping.
All right, goodbye. All right, bye, Chloe.
Bye.
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 See? She doesn't want to. What are you going to do? We sample out the cornbread and want honest opinions?
Listen,
I can't try it now.
I mean, Michelle, I was there. She did the instructions were exactly followed. I mean, precisely. But
So what's the issue?
yeah, is she not happy with it?
all right, it tastes like somebody sprays Windex in your mouth.
And
What? Then
It
and
just-
you want us to taste it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll eat-
Does it
I'll
really?
eat-
I want to see you eat some. Does it
I'll
really
eat
have
Windex.
Windex?
I
in it?
already did.
Is Windex an ingredient in this? Or
No,
it just so happens to be that
no.
one? All right, give me the thing.
All right, here we go. Grab the container, and just.
You want any of these rocks?
Yeah, I'll try some.
Yeah,
I want
but-
the least. Like,
But you know,
cooked one.
Michelle,
And they're all cooked the
and
same.
let me give Michelle 100% credit here. Is on some of the things she wants to do a little test preparation
Oh.
before she, serves stuff. And most of the things we're serving at Thanksgiving are tried and true, and we've done it year after year after year.
Oh, you guys are those bougie white people who have those bake pans with little Thanksgiving-centric
So
designs
she
in them.
she has a mold pan,
Oh.
and you know what? She did try like a new spray.
Could have been that.
It might have been the spray, but I'm telling you, Michelle is a good cook.
Oh, I know she is.
Michelle did nothing wrong here, and I'm trying to figure out why these things taste like Windex.
They just don't have much of a corn flavor to them.
Well,
they don't have like the sweet corn.
But are you getting the chemical taste?
Oh.
Or maybe, are you getting the chemically taste?
Okay.
I mean, I had to spit
I'm
it.
not eating the bottom of it. I'm just eating the top
No,
part.
no,
'cause I like the
no.
muffin top.
It's the bottom part. It's the outer crust that I think tastes
Okay.
like Windex.
Okay. I'm in the whole thing.
Okay, I'm trying to picture them warm and with the big slab of butter on them, but they need more corn and more like creaminess to them.
But
And the
again,
consistency, you know what you can do is if you add sour cream or plain yogurt,
well,
that makes them creamier.
Well, here's the deal. I think
fluffier.
we're abandoning this particular mix.
Oh,
And, and
Wait, I got eat it? You're abandoning it now? What jackass?
Michelle's giving
Son
me
of a bitch.
Michelle's giving me a different. She wants me to try. Apparently, there was some cornbread taste test, and Michelle. I'm supposed to pick. Walmart has these, and I'm supposed to pick this up on the way home. Oh, by the way, the potatoes and I got to find out where to get these potatoes.
What kind?
The best potatoes for the Joël Robuchon amazing mashed potatoes recipe. The best potatoes you want La Ratte. It's L-A and then R-A-T-T-E, which is, are you spitting it out?
Yeah, we both spit them out. I'm not going to eat them if we're not. First of all, if you're abandoning the recipe,
You guys are all.
It's not Michelle, but I'll tell you right now, my sister brought these cornbreads at Thanksgiving. I'd throw one at her
I'll tell you
head.
what, cornbread's a really tough thing to make. Well.
It is.
All right,
It is.
so if anyone knows where I can get the La Rat or La Ratte, I need La Ratte, L-A, and then R-A-T-T-E, fingerling potatoes. Where can I get that potato? That's like that is the preferred potato for the crazy, insanely delicious.
MJ, I really
Man.
do taste a
Seriously.
terrible taste in my mouth.
What's
see?
happening? There's like a peppery, like
Or a
choky
chemically-
taste.
It's like a chemically taste. I'm telling you that's what I had this last night. I'm like,
Oh.
now they're trying
I
to
don't think
Oh,
it's
I can't get rid of it.
trying to gargle it out.
Jeez.
Ugh, that was terrible.
But
But when I had the whole thing in my mouth, it was like just
Right.
dry cornbread, and then I something's the matter
So
with that.
everything Michelle makes for Thanksgiving is really good.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be absolutely.
But,
It's a little test
but
kitchen.
that's why she was playing around with this one cornbread recipe, and there's like something crazy about it. All right, so I need to know, where can I get the Laratte, Laratte fingerling potatoes? Because you go to the store, they don't have them. Where can I get them? And then the cornbread mix she wants me to get later on is Simply Homemade Cornbread Baking Mix by Fleischmann's.
Okay.
So I need to try to get that one, and I think Walmart has it. So I might bring in more cornbread for you next week. So
Thanks.
anyway, little taste test.
Fool you
here.
once.
Here.
You
What
eat
do you-
it first.
I'm trying to eat some Pringles to like wash the chemicals out.
I'm telling
hell?
you. And Michelle and I are like, what the hell's going on here? What?
Did she taste it too? And she had
No,
like this-
she wouldn't taste it. She
Oh,
had
son
me
of a bitch.
taste it. And I'm like, it's like, seriously, it's like someone sprayed Windex in my mouth.
cornbreads are really tricky. Did she use Windex instead of like
No,
ham or something?
no,
or butter? Just use butter.
No, she used some new spray, which was a
Yeah,
baking spray.
Febreze. Febreze for baking is what she used.
That might have been it. But I'll tell you right now that Michelle's cornbread, whatever she finally serves at Thanksgiving in 2 weeks, is going to be delicious.
Turn your mic on. Ira.
Oh,
Hey, you
sorry,
turn your mic off.
Yeah, I know. I was chomping chips. This is no reflection of her. No.
All right, let me call Dave Legaretta. I'm excited about this, folks. All right. Hey, our hotline's broken again, Andrew. Can you
You don't care.
yeah, it sucks. Oh wait, it's the bottom now? Oh, that's right. All right, hang on.
We changed it?
No, they changed the button for some reason. All right, calling Dave Legaretta. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, I'm excited about this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time again.
Hello.
Good morning, Dave Legaretta.
Hey, good morning.
It is time for...
Make Dave laugh and you could win, but you don't get no money. He will bust a cackle and grin if he thinks you're funny.
So, Make Dave Laugh is a perennial favorite. It started years ago on our old radio station. Dave Legaretta, the former physical plant facilities manager over at our old radio company, and they fired him because they moved to some... Because they moved they moved from Gandy and Dale Mabry. They moved over to some office building in Feather Sound, so they don't need him anymore. All right, so Dave,
They gave him a plastic.
Yeah, there you go.
They gave him a plastic watch.
yeah. Hey, Dave, hey, we're gonna try to make you laugh. Then we're gonna have our listeners call up to try to make you laugh. And what you do,
All right.
you utter one word or like a 2-word phrase. That's it. And if you make Dave laugh, you win. You win nothing, but you're successful. You gotta make Dave laugh with that infection. Oh, hey, before we play, are you gonna watch the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight tonight on Netflix? Any interest in that?
I don't know. I saw Tyson. He slapped the crap out of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But they're both obnoxious. Tyson bit off Holyfield's ear one time.
Exactly.
So they're both. I mean, it's like it's two people you don't like. Say get in an auto accident. They're arguing in the intersection. You're like, yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I got you. So listen, I need some help with this this
It's a
this,
Netflix.
this streaming tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to need some help from either you, Fester, or our listeners or friends. I'm going to need some assistance here, and I'll explain coming up in just a bit. We will address the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul Netflix big event tonight. How much money they getting paid, the whole deal. All right, so Dave, it is time to play Make Dave Laugh. All right, here we go. Look, he's laughing already. What is the music making you laugh, Dave?
It's that carnival atmosphere.
Yeah, it is it's a circus atmosphere. All right, so we'll start off with us, and then we'll go to phones. Folks, if you would like to make Dave laugh, Andrew will load up calls right now. So you, the MJ Morning Show listener, you get a chance to make Dave laugh. Call us 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So all you got to do is utter a word or a two-word phrase. Make Dave laugh. All right. Fester,
Yes.
you go first.
All right, Dave. Hey, buddy. How are you? I
Yeah.
miss you. I miss you.
I miss you too.
All right.
What's your word?
Cattywampus.
Cattywampus? What is that? That's like
Doesn't
made
even
up.
have this-
Cattywampus.
What is that?
I think
That's
it's a
not
real.
even-
It sounds like a real word.
All
I
right.
feel like I've heard it before.
All right.
I feel like I've heard it before.
Well, you made him laugh. All right, here's my word. Clammy.
Okay.
I
Okay.
feel it was that pregnant pause on the front that did
All
it
right,
to me.
here we go. It's Roxanne has not always been successful with
Okay.
this, so let's see if
All right.
All right,
She's
Dave.
so good.
All right, Dave.
Okay.
Let's see if Roxanne can
Okay.
make you laugh. Go
I
ahead.
got one for you, Dave. Poop glump.
Okay.
Hold on. Say it
What?
again. Say it again.
What?
Poop glump.
Like Forrest Glump.
Poop. That did not get a laugh.
Hold on.
All right.
I think it did. He's laughing
It got a
now.
delayed laugh.
It's
No,
a
he's-
delayed laugh.
No, he's laughing in my commentary that he didn't laugh. All right.
All right,
Listen,
Dave,
listen, you know what, Dave? Just so you know, I didn't even make any effort for you. That's a phrase my kids use around the house. They call each other poop glumps. I said I'm not even using my own creativity.
Poop. All right, Fester, what's your next word?
Schmoozy.
Look. All right, here's my word. Dave, you ready?
I'm ready. All right.
With la coochie.
You laugh at places,
without.
Dave? Really? Geography's funny to you?
Without a
I
coochie.
mean, well, with the coochies, that's pretty funny.
Okay, how about Sarasota?
I don't know. How about there?
Oh, all right, whoa. Oh, Roxanne.
He laughs at geography.
I mean, Dunedin is much funnier than Sarasota.
All right, one more round, and then we'll go to phones. All right, folks, our listeners that are listening right now, you know how this works. Make Dave laugh. What word do you think is funny that you can see if you can make Dave laugh? So one word or like a two-word phrase. Those are the limitations. All right, Fester, last round for us, then we'll go to phone calls with listeners.
All right, ready?
Go ahead.
All right, I'm going disgusting on this one. Fart breath. 3 for 3. I'm the man.
All right, here's mine. All right, you ready?
All right, here we go.
Stumpy.
You like that,
He got
huh?
jokes on that. He's getting choked up on that
All right,
one.
all right,
Yeah,
all right.
Fatima.
Roxanne, make Dave laugh.
Patootie.
A what?
Roxanne, what is going on here? Why can't Roxanne make Dave laugh? All right,
What's with you, Dave?
all right, let's
You're ruthless.
let's go to our listener calls now.
All right.
800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Make Dave laugh. Let's start with Stacy in Davenport. Hi, Stacy. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, good morning.
Morning, Stacy. Are you ready to make Dave laugh?
I am. Okay, Dave. My word is snuffleupagus.
Good job.
Snap-
That
yeah.
big goofy furry thing.
Yes,
Stuff
Sesame
from
Street.
Sesame Street. Snuffleupagus.
Big Bird's friend.
Stacy, good job. Thank you very much. Let's grab, how about Floyd in Sefner? Floyd, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Make Dave laugh.
Vagina.
What?
All right, hold on, Floyd.
What did you say?
You've heard of a weenus,
Yeah.
right? It's the other side's a vagina.
Thank you, Floyd.
Yeah, you got to be careful
That's
to get a
good.
doctor. If you have
Yeah.
angina.
Thank you very much.
That's good.
How about, thank you. Sam is in Tampa. Sam, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Make Dave laugh.
Platypus.
That's a little funny thing down in Australia. isn't
Yeah,
it?
platypus.
Yeah.
You got it, Sam. Thank you. Jessica in Newport Richie. Jessica, make Dave laugh.
Goonie goo goo.
We'll give it to you. Thank you. Ryan is in Clearwater. Ryan, make Dave laugh.
Wait, kitty caca.
That's Dave. Why are you laughing? Those are just
8-year-old's favorite, and it's because it's a classic.
Yeah, like Titicaca. There you go. Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you. I got a bigger laugh on the repeat. Clint is in Parrish. Clint, make Dave laugh.
Sarticle.
What?
I think Clint said sharticle.
What did you say?
Sarticle.
Sharticle?
Yes.
Is that like a
He must be
remnant?
a physicist.
Is that
or
like
something.
the mix of the you know what with the barnacle? Is the sharticle?
Yes, I guess it's a bad one.
I think
Or an
it's
icicle.
a sharticle is a remnant after a shart.
All right, thank you, Clint. All right, Gary is in Palm Harbor. Gary, make Dave laugh.
Hemoglobin.
Hema-
That's rather
he-
phlegmatic.
Yeah, hemoglobin, exactly. Thank you,
Blood
Gary.
doctor.
All right, a few more here on a Friday. Make Dave laugh. We haven't done this in a while. Kathy's in Clearwater. Hi, Kathy. Make Dave Legaretta laugh.
Okay. Hoctua. What?
The Hoctua girl.
Kathy.
Hoctua.
All right.
I still don't get that.
It's a laugh. Oh, but you know about the Hoctua girl, right?
No.
Oh, you
I
don't-
just, the initial stuff.
Oh, you don't know, but
Yeah, she's a big star now.
yeah, the Hoctua girl. All right, let me grab.
Yeah, she did that little video thing.
Yeah, that's exactly. All right, Connie is in Tampa. Connie, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Make Dave laugh.
Kamala Harris.
Well, I like her.
Yeah, there's nothing funny about that.
He still laughed.
I don't know. Was it-
Vice
I-
President,
He liked her and he laughed.
I guess it's.
I don't know.
I guess it was a little bit of a laugh
she's
there.
the vice president of our country.
All right.
You know, it's funny about that.
How about Celeste? Hey, Andrew, I'm going to wind it down. I'm going to take Stacy, Donald, Clay, Jeff, and Celeste, and then that'll wrap up Make Dave Laugh. Let me grab Celeste in Bradenton. Celeste, make Dave laugh.
Lip shit.
All right.
I
That's
know a doctor named that.
it's a name.
Dr.
Yeah, Dr. Lipschitz.
Hey, I thought it was pretty good.
He's a proctologist.
Thank you, Celeste. All right, Jeff in Hudson. Jeff, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Make Dave laugh.
How about Why Mama?
Why, Mom? Why not?
Hey, why not? Thank you. Clay is in Dade City. Clay, make Dave laugh.
Dingleberry.
To see that one, no.
Oh, wow. Oh.
I mean, he just laughed at
Wait,
sharticle,
wait,
a
hold on.
word we never heard before.
The buzzer gets a laugh. The buzzer gets a bigger laugh.
That buzzer's so cool. You've
The
been using
buzzer-
it like for 20 years.
I've used the same. It's you know what my buzzer. Oh, he hung up. My buzzer.
He laughed because he hung up.
This. What do you say?
He's playing like sharks as you give him the buzzer.
Yeah, you jerks. Exactly. So this buzzer noise. I recorded that off the Family Feud like in 1995.
It's so harsh.
Oh yeah, that
Perfect.
buzzer came off a VHS tape that I recorded the family. Seriously, and I've been using that same buzzer.
That's a VHS tape.
And like a bunch of people that have worked in the building and work, a lot of people have stolen my sound effects as well over the years. So you'll hear people use that buzzer. All right, so I got two more. Donald in Plant City. Donald, you're second to last. Make Dave laugh.
Girly Mon.
You old girly mon. Good job. Thank you, Donald. And the last one, Stacy in Tarpon Springs. Good morning, Stacy.
Good morning.
Stacy, you're the last one. Don't let us down. Make Dave laugh.
This is our family favorite. Pumpkin butthole.
Oh, my God. What the hell do you people do at your house?
Pumpkin butthole.
Stacy.
Well, Stacy.
You had a lot of orifice humor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stacy.
a lot of butt talk in
Yeah.
this segment.
Yeah.
That's like a gross gourd.
I'm sorry.
But it made him laugh, Stacy, so good
All right,
job.
So, Stacy, where did pumpkin butthole come from?
It was just a family joke with my kids and my grandkids, so we just kind of went with it.
All right, gotcha. Thank you very much, Stacy.
you.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
So,
I
hey,
want to try one more time.
all right, Roxanne wants to do one more. Dave, you okay with it?
I've already been preheated, so
All
go
right,
ahead.
one more. Roxanne, make Dave laugh.
All right. Whistle tits.
Hold on, you can't. I just dumped that. You can't say that. Dave, is that a laugh?
It's a laugh at you. You can't say
It's still a laugh for Roxanne.
No Gibson, you know?
I had to dump that.
Roxanne broke the curse.
Next up, Mel.
I had to dump it.
Make Dave laugh and you could win, but you don't get no money. He will bust a cackle and grin if he thinks you're funny.
And another edition of Make Dave Laugh. Dave, always great to have you on, my friend.
All righty, you guys take care.
All right, have a great weekend.
All right, tell your old lady I said hello.
All right, Dave Legaretta.
Okay, I got him.
Yeah. Roxanne, I had to dump you.
He fell for the foul words.
I couldn't let that run. I had to dump it.
I know.
Oh, man. All right. 8:17 at the MJ Morning Show. All right, so Mike Tyson and Jake Paul tonight. Guess we had a couple of audio bites. The big story is that Mike Tyson slapped Jake Paul. Was this like a weigh-in, or was this just like the hype press conference?
Before each bout, they
Yeah.
have the two fighters stand nose to nose, and they're kind of mumbling things to each other. It's all to add to the hype.
Mike Tyson slaps Jake Paul in wild weigh-in moment. Yeah, I guess it was the weigh-in at the. This was last night at the Toyota Music Factory. Mike Tyson slaps Jake Paul in the final face-off before they meet tonight at the AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas, where the Cowboys play.
Yes, except tonight somebody's going to win where the Cowboys just can't seem to win.
It's funny.
I mean, the Cowboys are doing terrible this year.
Do you realize the money involved here? I'll get to that in a moment. So the slap, the slap is not that audible. Here's this. You can hear like the crowd gasp.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. So that
you can
was
hear a slap.
Yeah. Hang on. Listen. Oh, it's like a little pop. It's a little. It's not really that loud.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, and then Jake Paul responds to that.
I didn't even feel it. He's angry. He's an angry little elf. Mike Tyson, I thought that was a cute slap, buddy, but tomorrow you're getting knocked the out. I'm him up, Ariel. I'm him up. He hits like a bitch. It's personal now. It's personal now.
Wow.
He must die.
All right, a lot of hype on this deal. So do you have a prediction, Fester? Is Jake Paul going to win or is Mike Tyson going to win? And this is turning into an event.
It's a big event.
Yeah, it's
you know, men, women, families, kids. I mean, this is on Netflix, and most people have Netflix. So this is not like you got to shell out, $109.95 to do some pay-per-view deal. This is free on Netflix if you have it tonight. So, Fester, what is your prediction?
I love Mike Tyson as a boxer. I mean, as a human being, it's a different story. But
I'm just asking, who's going to win the boxing match?
My heart wants Mike to win, but I think Jake Paul's going to win. At the end of the day, it's his show. It's his circus. Well, I've always questioned how real these fights are, but I'd love to see Mike win.
I read this, and this is a name people recognize. Jim Lampley has known Mike Tyson for nearly 40 years, but can't shake one thought that keeps popping in his mind. He's, I guess, concerned regarding Mike Tyson's health. And the first Tyson fight that Jim Lampley called, remember, Jim Lampley was like HBO for years, right?
He was the ringside announcer guy for decades.
And he called the first fight that Mike Tyson had against Jesse Ferguson in 1986. And that's where Tyson just cleaned Ferguson's clock in the 6th round. Anyway, but Jim Lampley is concerned about Mike Tyson's health right now and his capabilities. I saw much of Tyson's professional boxing career. He told the New York Post, covered many of his most important fights. I've socialized with Mike, sat in the interview rooms with Mike. I know Mike, at the end of the day, I only have one very strongly held attitude toward this thing going in, which is I don't want Mike to get hurt. I don't want anything to happen to Mike that messes up his last 30 years on the planet.
I mean, how old Mike? 58?
Yeah,
60?
guys, do you know when the last time he fought was?
I think he had like an exhibition fight like 15 years ago. Or
Yeah.
Well,
Tyson's my age. Mike Tyson is 58. Yes, Rox.
His last professional fight was a TKO loss to Kevin McBride in June of 2005. So I just want to say, as athletes go, once they're removed from their career, I'm talking like 5 years.
You kind of go downhill.
You couldn't put them back out there, and they would be like regular people doing their sport.
There's like an NFL spoof commercial now about like Dan Marino and Jerry Rice and Emmitt Smith talking about getting back into it, and they're like, no, thanks.
You're a couple years removed, and you're just like the rest of us.
All right, so Jake Paul weighed in at 227.2 pounds, and Mike Tyson weighed in at 228.4 pounds. So very close. So Mike Tyson is just over a pound heavier, which is nothing. All right, tonight. Now, here's where I need some help. I'm not going to sit there and watch all of these undercards, and there are a lot of freaking undercards here. I'm not going. And then we have the money factor. So I was just looking at how many fights there are, and it's like, oh man,
Are there like 8 or 12 fights?
Listen, tonight 8:00 Eastern Time, Netflix. You've got a featherweight, a super lightweight, a super middleweight, a super middleweight again, a welterweight, a super lightweight. Then you've got the title card, the heavyweight with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6. And listen, what time will Mike Tyson and Jake Paul go on? What, midnight?
So
11 p.m. How long is it going to take?
On the Netflix ad, the pop-up, it says it's going to be a 4.5-hour event. But it's a live event, so it can go on.
So that's like 12:30 at night tomorrow morning.
That's when it should end.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of time. I'm not watching all this. So I need, Fester, if you're going to watch it, would you please just call me when? I mean, just call me when Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are going at it. I don't care about any of the other stuff.
You want to see the fight before theirs.
Why?
I think it's where they place the female fight, and the female boxer is supposed to be incredible. I just saw her.
Oh, hold on. I just threw the list away. Let me see if that's correct.
I've been to 2.
Oh, yeah. Katie, right before Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, it's Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano for the undisputed women's super lightweight title.
So, I mean, Froggy and I went to the last 2 Jake Paul fights in Tampa, and there were 4 undercard fights and then the main fight. And the first 2 were just a bunch of cans of soup hitting each other. Then the last male undercard fight was great. Then the women were incredible, and then the main attraction came out. So it was an amazing show.
Do me a favor, just call me. Then when the women are, and then how much time is going to be in between the women's match, and then they're going to have all kinds of hype, and I'm sure they're going to roll all kinds of pre-roll, hype video packages and everything.
It's probably going to be 25 minutes or 30 minutes between fights.
Yeah, because Michelle was talking about, hey, maybe we'll go out to dinner tonight.
Yeah.
If
you get home by 9:30, 10 o'clock, you'll see everything.
As you're calling her, I have to share a text message I just received from a friend of mine.
Right.
I went to high school with Jim Lampley. He was not well liked and never has been. This is not for you to say on the radio. Oh, whoopsies. Okay. Crap. Whoops.
So your friend is like 70.
Yeah, he's 70.
Hey, Michelle.
What?
Hey, do you want to go to dinner tonight? And do you have any interest in the Mike Tyson?
Oh yeah.
All right, but listen, it's going to be late. It's going to be like 11:30.
Oh, it is. Okay, so we could go to dinner.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So hang on. Do you want to go to dinner, or do you want me to make the cacio e pepe?
Go to dinner.
Well.
All right. So text me where you want.
You're not making any mess in this kitchen until after Thanksgiving.
That's 2 weeks away.
That's too bad.
It's 2 weeks.
You know why? Because he doesn't clean it up. And then everything is just laid out for a long time. He doesn't know how to clean it. It's a mess.
What if he pays somebody to clean it?
No.
All right, so Michelle, we obviously have a number of options. We have a bunch of places we love in our rotation. Text me where you want, and I'll try to make the res, okay?
Really no preference. Really no preference.
Well, no, just text me where you want.
You know.
All right, but you are interested in Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Oh, yeah, if I can keep my eyes open until 11, sure.
Well, I think it's going to be later than that. All right, sweetie, I'll see you in a bit.
We might have to take a little snoozer
All right, goodbye.
before the fight.
What time do you want dinner? Like early? Like we're 80 years old?
Yeah.
Like
Early bird special.
Like 5:30?
It's fun to eat then.
Golden Corral or
All right.
one of those places that offers the early bird special.
All right, bye, sweetie.
Okay, bye.
All right. Maybe she didn't hear about the cornbread. I don't know.
She knows.
Sounds fine to me. All right. How much, before we move on, the money. Apparently, Jake Paul is getting $40 million for this. $40 million. And Mike Tyson is getting hosed. He's only getting $20 million.
You know what? On the surface, I thought that at first, but this is Jake Paul's production. He's the fighter, and he's the biggest promoter of it. And the reason why, and he's the one that put us all together.
Remember yesterday we had the story that Jake Paul just bought a $7 million Jacob & Company diamond-encrusted Godfest watch. And I'm a watch guy, but this...
Too much.
Yeah, this. So I guess if you're getting paid $40 million for this deal, you can afford to drop $7 million on a Jacob & Company watch. All right, anyway, I also saw that Jake Paul is going to bet the entire $40 million purse that he's going to beat Mike Tyson. Who's going to take a $40 million bet from this guy? I would imagine is like Hard Rock. It's legal in Florida. Seriously?
Yeah.
Is the sports book? Are they like the Hard Rock sports book? Are they taking bets on this thing?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Does anyone know?
I'm not on their app.
Yeah.
Even though it's
I
legal.
want to know is the Hard Rock sports book, and of course all that advertisement that that really catchy jingle that you couldn't get out of your head.
I love.
I'll repeat it. It is legal. Legal in Florida. I wonder if I would imagine they are right.
Yeah.
I got to believe they're taking bets on Jake Paul and Mike Tyson tonight.
You would think.
Yeah.
One sports book, BetMGM. I expect Mike Tyson and Jake Paul to be the most bet-on boxing match in BetMGM history.
So that's BetMGM.
So that's one. And this is off of USA Today. I'm just looking this up now.
Wow.
A lot of gaming officials in Texas, the Department of Licensing and Regulation, they are questioning the legitimacy of this fight. I am questioning the legitimacy of this fight. I think anybody who looks at it objectively is
it a legitimate fight? Yes or no, or is this just like a sideshow?
Okay, these guys are going to try to beat the crap out of each other.
I got to believe it.
But it's a production. Who knows?
But it's like half stunt, half boxing, right?
Jake Paul has to win. But I would love for Tyson to win. I would love for.
All right, listen. I want Mike Tyson to win. Let me just be very clear here. I'm betting $250,000 on Mike Tyson. Can I place this at the Hard Rock by any chance? Oh.
They asked you why.
Yeah. Remember this
Are
thing?
you complaining online? Isn't that a waste of your time?
If you're just joining breaking news, Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. You did it.
You made so much noise. Here's a bonus bet for you and the boys. And no, we didn't forget all you girls. You can bet across the whole Florida world.
I love this jingle.
No more betting inside your head.
It's legal. We'll repeat that. It is legal.
Top rated sports book, and it's the only one that's legal. You can bet parlays on Hard Rock Bet.
So Julian and Chloe wouldn't stop saying that was a very catchy campaign, and they spent a ton on those commercials. And in fact, I thought it was so cool, and I thought the commercial. I actually tracked down. I don't think I mentioned this. I tracked down the producer.
That's cool.
The guy that wrote I didn't know he wrote it, but I tracked down the guy that did the commercial, and I follow him on Instagram now, and he wrote me back. I'm like, dude, that campaign was just fantastic. And then he said that he and his team wrote the jingle as well for the Hard Rock Legal in Florida. And let me see if I can find the guy's name. But I said, listen, Come when you're in Tampa. I'll buy you dinner at Burns Steakhouse or something. But
How about Council Oak?
Yeah, I mean, well,
Because it's legal at the Hard
that's
Rock.
right. Hey, well, listen, Council Oak's one of my favorites.
Absolutely.
No, that's a very, very good point. No, Council Oak, I think, is one of the best steaks in town. Absolutely.
So while you're looking for this guy's name,
Yeah.
80% of the money that's been placed already is on one boxer to win.
It's going to be Jake Paul, right?
80% of the money is on Tyson.
Are you serious?
Tyson, what he has is he has the mystique of being arguably the greatest boxer of all time.
80% is on
And
Tyson?
Is he a wild
though-
card at this point? 'Cause it's
Even though
been
he
so long?
has his age as a negative, he has an aura around him that few retired fighters have.
Yeah.
He stayed in the public eye. He's still pretty fit looking. Nobody
he's-
wants to mess with him.
Yeah,
He's crazy.
The film director, the guy that did the Legal in Florida, the Hard Rock commercial where they're all dancing around, and the guy's name is Jason Koenig. Film director, photographer, songwriter, anonymous content, Love My Wife, Girl Dad. Anyway, I sent them a DM and the guy responded back. Thank you for the kind words. I'm like, listen, the campaign's fantastic. The song is, I can't get it. I said, what an earbug. I mean, you can't get the jingle out of your head. When the legal in Florida, we'll repeat it. It is legal. I mean, you couldn't get it out of your
We
head.
get it. The commercial's been out for a while. Back to the fight that's tonight, though.
Bester, did you realize how many degenerate gambler friends you have? Because my phone just blew up with yes, you can place a bet. Yes, you can place a bet. I'm like, oh, wow.
So Hard Rock is taking
Apparently.
bets.
So 6 states have prohibited wagering on this fight because of questions about the integrity. Even though because it's a sanctioned fight.
What
Here's
states?
the problem. Here's the problem. It's a sanctioned fight. So if something's sanctioned, you expect it to be legitimate. But New York, Colorado, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, Vermont, and Louisiana are not accepting wagers.
What does Cajun Fester have to say about that?
Let me say something right now.
Because in Louisiana, you got don't you have MGM in New Orleans, right?
We don't have a big Harris Casino downtown?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been down in New Orleans in a while.
You bet on LSU games?
Go Tigers. not last week.
All right, moving along. I got a hell of a segue here.
What do you got?
Toilet paper scams.
Yeah, that is a hell of a segue.
So the whole toilet paper shortage thing is over. Paper towel, paper products, the toilet paper, the whole pandemic thing. Now, there was something recently. Was it with the
ports?
Yeah, the people were with the stevedore, the port worker strike.
Is that over?
Yeah, that's been done. That's been settled. Yeah,
Okay.
So I think they're voting on the new contract after the first of the year. But the whole port strike was put on hold, and I think they solved it. But remember, there was like this big fear factor that was being propagated that, oh my God, there's going to be a toilet paper shortage because of the port strike. And it was BS because most of the toilet paper is made right here in the United States. It's made right, and the bulk of it is here in mainland U.S., right? The 48 the 48 contiguous United States.
I like my toilet paper American.
You got some of your toilet paper comes from Canada, and then some comes from Mexico. But you don't have a lot of toilet paper coming in on container ships.
Can you tell the difference between the toilet paper from the 3 countries?
All right, now here's the deal. We got an issue. People are claiming that the toilet paper companies are scamming us post-pandemic. And the story is that numerous brands are skimping on the number of sheets. Holy sheet. And there's a brand that we all know. According to the analytics, which are cited in this report, Angel Soft. We know we bought that brand. We might even right now we've got the big chunks of Kirkland toilet paper, which is good quality.
Angel Soft is a popular brand.
That's what I'm saying. Angel Soft toilet paper. They minimized their product of 12 mega rolls from 429 sheets in 2019 down to 320 sheets this year. That's 109 sheets of toilet paper less in a roll of Angel Soft.
Holy sheet.
Exactly. Holy sheet on a popsicle stick.
Get that sheet out of here.
I mean, you got to be sheeting me. I mean, 109 sheets less.
That's some bullshit.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's bullshit.
That's what I was sitting here thinking the whole time.
That's total bullshit right here.
Well, those people over at Angel Soft, they can They can eat, sheet, and die.
What happens when you sheet the bed?
Anyway, don't be fooled by like price drops. So I guess with AngelSoft, there was one price analysis where it dropped from $9.97 for the package to $8.44, but the price per 100 count actually increased from 19 cents to 22 cents, meaning you're paying 13.5% more per 100 sheets. So even though the price came down, you're getting less sheets of toilet paper.
You got to watch that stuff.
I mean, they're flinging sheet at you.
All right, so what's the 100 sheet price? You just said it.
Yeah, so the price per 100 sheets increased from 19 cents to 22 cents per sheet. So you're paying 13.5% more per 100 sheets.
This is the opposite of a sheet show. They're reducing the sheets.
This is a sheet show.
So I found a story online about this is from a year ago.
Yeah.
About the price of toilet paper per 100 sheets. Charmin Ultra Soft is 41 cents per 100 sheets.
You're sheeting me.
No sheet.
Quilted Northern Ultra Plush.
Right.
32 cents per 100 sheets.
Right.
Cottonelle Ultra Comfort.
Right.
32 cents per 100 sheets.
Yep.
Kirkland Signature, 20 cents per 100 sheets.
It's the lowest.
And Presto Ultra Soft, 35 cents.
What about middle school, middle stall, wafer thin toilet paper? Remember that stuff?
You know what we call that?
Oh my God, that awful toilet paper like in elementary school and middle school.
Yeah.
We call that John Wayne toilet paper.
It's almost like paper mache.
Oh, it was awful.
What
You know
is
what
it?
it's like?
What is John Wayne?
John Wayne is because it's rough, it's tough, and it takes no crap.
There you go.
You know what these companies need to do? Sheet or get off the pot.
All right, we've
I
could go all day.
I think we've run this out. I think we've totally run this out. Hey, there is a report out.
Get that sheet out of here.
There's a report out regarding marijuana. It is 8:37 right now. This is the MJ Morning Show. You're listening to 104.7 FM, blasting at an effective radiated power of 99,000 watts. The marijuana report that's out is that smoking marijuana, has been tied to an alarming rise in cancer, birth defects, and accelerated aging. So this is not what marijuana smokers want to hear. This is a startling new paper which has been released, and it highlights this disturbing connection between using cannabis and rising rates of various cancers and congenital abnormalities, as well as damage to your DNA. The research paints a sobering picture of the hidden health consequences of widespread cannabis consumption, smoking pot, as more and more countries legalize its use recreationally. Yeah, this is a study finds thing. Researchers from the University of Western Australia found that cannabis exposure was associated with significant increases in cancers, particularly breast, pancreatic, liver, thyroid, and testicular. Testicular cancer risk rose 2.6 times among marijuana smokers.
Oh.
Wow. Anyway, this is a long report. I'm sorry to throw water on your pot smoking party. Well, listen, a lot of water was thrown on the pot smoking party with the failure of recreational marijuana here in Florida. But now here's some additionally bad news.
Yeah.
Yep.
Am I going to get to cry today, or is that?
No, we're gonna do that right now.
Oh, are we?
We're going to do cry songs.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we're gonna do this right now.
I need a good cry.
So Roxanne brought this up earlier because you saw some kind of a story. It was regarding the actress Margot Robbie. And was this an interview that she did?
Must be.
She did an interview, and she says that when she listens to the Titanic soundtrack, that she cries.
All right, hold on. I know one song from that movie.
Near, far, wherever you
That's
are.
it. Aside from the Celine Dion song, name another song on the Titanic soundtrack.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
You're right. That's two.
Yeah.
Two songs.
That's
All right.
two.
That's
You
all
know,
I got,
you know
too.
more than I thought.
Right. All right. So, Roxanne, you saw the story about Margot Robbie crying about Titanic.
Yes.
And there are certain songs that make Margot Robbie cry. But then you came up with your list of songs that make you cry.
I got a cry list. Like if I'm ever driving and say I have an eyelash sticking in my eye and I'm like, how am I going to get this out? I put on a cry song and boom, done.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so you told Andrew to pull clips of, looks like we have 4 cry songs.
Yeah. So I'm going to go through each song and tell you a little background.
There's like one of these I never even heard of.
We're going to start with that one. We're going to start with the most obscure, but it's David Foster. Okay?
Yeah.
If this doesn't make you cry, you have no soul. But maybe that also has to do with the movie. Andrew, can you back me up on this? The movie Stealing Home. It's from the movie Stealing Home. Go ahead.
I never saw that movie. No, I've got it here. I can play the songs.
Andrew,
No, but
MJ has a song.
he's got a comment about the movie.
Oh, so you have a comment about Stealing Home?
Yeah, it was a great movie. It's a Mark Harmon, Jodie Foster movie. It just happens to be a great movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw that thing.
You should watch it this weekend.
So this song,
Mhm.
I want to cry this weekend over some sad movie. All right, so here we go.
Watch it before the fight.
This is a clip of the song.
Even like the first little beats.
Hold on,
I'm getting there.
Are you gonna cry?
Yeah, that's what I play this for. But maybe we got to get into the words a little bit.
Are you
but
gonna cry during the show?
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, that's the point of
You
this.
want to cry?
Yes, to prove that. Yeah, I mean, listen to this. Listen to
And
this.
when she danced,
Yeah, it's.
David
Okay.
Foster and Marilyn Martin.
I mean, how sad is this? Anyone else crying? I'm crying.
You're
Yeah,
you're
no
crying.
tears.
Get Roxanne on camera. You're crying. I'm making a mockery over this, and you're still crying.
It's like, listen, he's got to choose between a memory or two.
Oh God.
Listen to this. Listen. The one whose love he had to lose.
She's crying. She's crying.
Wow.
You're crying.
I can't take it. Get off. Okay.
You know what song
Puppies and rainbows. Puppies and rainbows.
I can't take it because the song sucks.
Do you know what song I thought it was at first, MJ?
What?
I thought it was Linda Ronstadt and James Ingram with that "Somewhere Out There" song about the mouse.
Oh, that I know.
Yeah, but
Somewhere
but the
there.
chords at the first.
Oh, that
That
was
was David Foster, guys. This is a different. Yeah, no, it's not that
Was that
one.
Fievel the mouse?
Yeah, Fievel,
Fievel, right?
Fiver.
Mhm.
All right, so where is this the song?
I thought this was
I don't
the
cry
song.
over this song.
Oh, you don't cry?
No.
All right.
Tough this one
This
out.
is a sad song. Somewhere out there, a mouse and a mouse longing for each other, looking at the moon.
Linda Ronstadt and James Ingram, Somewhere Out There.
See, her voice doesn't do it for me. I'm like Dave, not laughing at this. I'm not crying at this. This isn't sad at all.
Look at Linda
That's just
Ronstadt.
crying.
Linda Ronstadt in this video looks like Dora the Explorer, like a human version.
Not a great look for her.
Yeah, it's not a great look for her.
All right. I'm
Okay,
sorry, Roxanne.
next song. Next
All
song.
right.
If this one doesn't get you, again, I mean, you're made of glass.
I don't know if I
Your
know
heart
this
is
song
glass.
either.
Oh, listen to the
She's all
chorus.
worked
Come
up.
on.
She's all worked up.
Come on, listen to the chorus.
I shut it off.
She's all
Wait,
worked up.
why?
She's
He's just
cry.
about to figure out.
Look, her eyes are all glassy. I've never seen her
Look
sadder.
at you. Your makeup is running. What's the matter with you?
Look, she's wiping her tears with her.
All right, here's the.
We were
It's
more.
fun.
I've got a warning.
Yes.
I've got a warning about mixing pills and alcohol.
Yeah, thanks. I think I've heard this before.
I was just coming up with the perfect segue. Did you see that a U.S. congressman was arrested at an airport because he was like acting all bizarre? Because he apparently mixed Ambien with alcohol while waiting for his flight. And this is a well-known congressman. House Foreign Affairs Committee Chair Michael McCall, I think he's from Texas. He was detained at the airport after mixing Ambien and booze.
Deliberately? Is that his thing?
Well, House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Michael McCall was briefly detained by law enforcement officers who thought he was drunk.
Yeah,
After he mixed Ambien and alcohol before the flight. The Texas Republican said he took the sleep medication with an alcoholic beverage before a flight to Texas, but missed the plane because he was left disoriented and wandering and acting weird at Dulles International Airport. Oh my. Here's his statement. 2 weekends ago, I made a mistake, one for which I take full responsibility. I missed the flight to Texas and found myself disoriented in the airport. This was the result of a poor decision I made to mix an Ambien, which I took in order to sleep on the upcoming flight, with some alcohol. So what is he throwing him back at the bar at the airport just after he took an Ambien?
What alcohol did he use? I mean, it doesn't sound like he washed it down with, a beer or a White Claw. It sounds like he had something much stronger.
Congressman McCall said he was briefly detained by law enforcement officers who assumed that he was drunk. He said, I have nothing but respect and gratitude for the officers who intercepted me that evening. He was released shortly after when a family member came to the airport to pick him up.
Listen, you don't mess around with Ambien.
God.
I mean, you can't take that in a public place.
Without alcohol, we've heard the stories about Ambien that, people sleepwalk, sleep drive. I mean, there are people that claim they murdered their spouses in the middle of the night because of Ambien.
Yeah, sure.
Well, that was known as the Ambien defense, and I don't know how successful that was. But
I think I told you guys a story. I'm not proud of it, but it happened. I was covering a Super Bowl, and I was with some friends, and we had work to do in the morning.
You were falling over drunk on drugs and booze?
No.
What?
We went to. I wanted to go to bed, and I was like, guys, I want to go to bed. I need my 8 hours of sleep, right? And so nobody else wanted to go to bed. So at the restaurant, I said, I'm taking an Ambien, and you're responsible for me. And so I took an Ambien, and I fell asleep at the table, and they literally had to carry me out of the restaurant.
Where was this?
Roxanne,
in Dallas.
You essentially roofied yourself.
I did.
Self-roofied?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's one of the few times I took Ambien, but they do work.
Any thoughts on the news that broke yesterday afternoon that the Rays are going to play at Steinbrenner Field for the 25 season?
That was half of my prediction. My prediction was Steinbrenner and Al Lang combo package.
Al Lang's not ready for baseball.
Yeah.
And listen, Steinbrenner Field's the best choice. It's the largest of the spring training facilities.
Good point.
They have a seating capacity of 11,000. I got to say, I don't think the Rays drew 11,000 at half their games.
Well, now, maybe you're right, but the average last season for the Rays was about 16,000.
Okay. All right.
So the average attendance for the Rays was 16,000 people. And if you look at the local parks, yes, Steinbrenner Field has the largest capacity. Any way you slice it, it's a smaller venue for a Major League Baseball team. It's also interesting that, that's the Yankees farm team facility. And, Yankees and Rays are rivals in American League East.
All right. So all rivalries go out the window in the face of this. Yeah. And let's not underestimate or forget the long-standing commitment the Steinbrenner family has had to the Tampa Bay area.
Absolutely.
George Steinbrenner was an amazing man who did great things for this community.
There are some folks that have bent out of shape on this. So hang on, let me just take a second here because I'm running late. We're well over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. But the options were Al Lang Field, Baycare Park where the Phillies play, TD Park where the Blue Jays play, and Steinbrenner Field. Those are the local venues. I'm not even including Charlotte County
or Disney
or the Disney ESPN complex. I'm not including those. But listen, Steinbrenner Field makes the most sense. It holds 11,026. TD Ballpark Blue Jays 8,500. Baycare Ballpark Phillies 8,500. 7,000 fixed seats. Additional grass berm for 1,500. Al Lang, which is currently set up for football, for soccer.
Yeah, it's not meant for baseball now.
7,227. Yeah, Steinbrenner Field makes the biggest sense, and it looks like that's where the Rays, it's been decided. The Rays will play at Steinbrenner Field right across from Ray J on Dale Mabry in Tampa. But then you got some folks over in Pinellas, like you've got some city council people and some Pinellas County commissioners. They're all bent out of shape. And some guy is saying, I'm now going to vote against the stadium project because of this. And
I would expect for somebody from that county to be bent out of shape that 81 Major League Baseball games are not going to the next county over after you've hosted them for 25 years.
I feel bad for like Fergs and some of the places downtown, you know.
I have a roof joke that I've been sitting on for a while. Now I think I can say it. I mean, it's not that funny.
You're going to go from roofies to a roof joke?
Yes, exactly. Raise the roof. Raise the roof. Like that's kind of, raise the roof. It's flying away. And now we can make that joke because...
All right, that joke would have been hysterical on Hurricane Day.
Because they have a new place to play.
I'm sorry, Roxanne. Don't take this personally.
You want no part of that.
That would have been funny at no point whatsoever.
No. A month later.
A month later. Raise the roof.
It might have been more timely.
All right, 8:54. 8:54 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. This brings to a close hour 20 minutes nonstop. MJ, hey, we have a lot of stuff coming. Hey, did you hear about those idiots in the bear costume? Oh, my. Oh, you got to hear this. Insurance fraud, a bear costume. You got to hear. This is the most insane deal. I've got a cheese pull story, which we're going to talk about. Anyway, I'm looking at my pot. We have a lot to get to. We've got a ton in the final hour. MJ Morning Show here on a Friday coming up next. Do not move. Make sure you listen to us. If you're going into work now, make sure you bring us in. Listen on the app on your phone. Just search for Q105 Tampa Bay on any of the streaming apps on your phone. Dial in on your desktop computer, mjmorningshow.com, and click on the upper right-hand corner. There's a red box that says Listen Live. You can listen on your speakers on your computer or obviously a normal radio on 104.7 FM. And we're back in minutes with another final hour, which is going to be spectacular here on Q105. So... Live 104.7 FM. Hello, everybody. My name is MJ. Fester's over here. Roxanne's over there. Hey, Andrew, you know what I was thinking? We should revisit something that popped up on the show about, hour and a half ago. 7:43-ish, 7:40. We did a couple of emails. One email was about Roxanne and was she auditioning for that Channel 28 paid programming show that she filled in as a host earlier this week on. The other email I got was a man that came to pick up a prize here at the Q105 studios and apparently fell in love with our cleaning girl.
I mean, this is a love story in the making.
So I think we should revisit this. And hey, Andrew, can you go see if she's here yet? Can you? I mean, I don't know if she speaks English. Let me fill you in on the situation. Andrew, can you take a look and see if she's around? And
this is a very intimidating scenario for her, possibly.
Damn right it is, but it's potentially hillaciously funny, good radio.
We don't know this guy. He could be a real dirtbag.
He could be a serial killer. As far as but here's the deal: for those that are listening now, and if we don't arrange this today, we got to try to figure this out next week, because I've had numerous friends say, "Oh man, that is crazy." Man, and they're like, "Oh man, that was great. I love listening to this." Check some emails. People are like, "Oh man, fill us in." Mm-hmm. All right, so here's what happened. I get an email from a listener, came to the studio to pick up a prize, and the restrooms for our building are in the lobby. So if you come to our studio, and you got the front desk straight ahead, and to the left, the men's room, the ladies' room, and we got the unisex, the family bathroom. And there is a young, I would estimate her to be, 22, 23? So there's this young woman who's employed by the cleaning crew for the building management group. And, I've seen her before. I've said hi. I've waved. I've walked into the men's room, and she's in there replacing the paper towel, whatever. And, I guess she's cute.
I've never noticed her. I have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah, she's adorable.
The listener, Roxanne knows the most about her, apparently.
I talked to her in the restroom.
All right. So I get this email from this guy that came to the station to pick up the prize, and he's like, wants to hit on our cleaning girl. She's like, hey, I don't have the email right in front of me right now. It was on my phone. But let me just paraphrase what I read, at 7:40 this morning. And this guy's like, hey, I saw the cleaning girl in the lobby, and I think she's attractive. I'd like to, go out with her. Is she single? Or, what can you tell? I don't know anything about the cleaning girl. All I know is I got a listener that is attracted to our cleaning girl.
I don't like this at all.
So, I mean, listen, we deal with the bizarre. We deal with the unorthodox here on the show. Hey, Andrew, you going to go look and see if she's here? Andrew, go to the...
I'll walk around looking for her.
I mean, she's got that cart, it's like a Rubbermaid janitorial cart.
Yeah, with places for brooms and a mop bucket and a garbage can in the back.
She's got that little that little wet floor thing that she sets out and everything. And I know that it's probably been a month or so that I think I've run into her. And I'll say, hey, how you doing? And she'll say hi. But I don't know if that's the limitations on her English, or if she's proficient in English, or if she's mostly a Spanish speaker. But I think we ought to pursue this for our listener. Listen, I'll go all out for our listeners. We need to find out if she's married, if she's got a significant other.
What's her story?
We should find out more about his story.
Exactly. The attractive cleaning young woman. All right, so Andrew, put your microphone on. You find her?
There was nobody up there.
Oh, she's not around yet? All right, let's we got to figure out how to arrange it. We got to get her on the air. And if she doesn't speak English, I'll get maybe Christy down the hall, or to maybe translate for us or something.
I don't know if this is a love match made in heaven.
This is
could be. What are we going to stand in the way of this?
This is Love Connection, man. This is like I'm Chuck Woolery. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
I mean, we don't have to stand in the way of it, but we don't have to make it so easy either.
Listen, I'm interested. This is intriguing. I mean, I'm always looking for the different. This is different. This show always breaks ground with like different stuff or stuff you don't expect to hear.
I don't feel comfortable knowing how horned up our listeners are getting by coming to the lobby to pick up their prize.
I don't think it's horned up. I think it's more of like I see a lovely lady. I'm
Why couldn't
enraptured
they
with
have
her
introduced
beauty.
themselves right there?
Yeah.
Hello, my name's Cliff. I won this whatever he
People
won.
don't know how to talk.
What did he win?
Yeah, what did he win?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess I can match. I can go to promotions and I think I have his name on the email. Just his first name was Jeff. Not Cliff, it's Jeff.
Okay.
All right.
Cliff.
Let's talk about the cheese pull. We got a problem with the cheese pull. When I say the cheese pull, what do you think I'm talking about?
I don't know. What the cheese pull, the cheese pull, the cheese pull. You talking about those little mozzarella strips?
Yeah. All right. So here's the deal.
Really?
Well, you're close. I don't know if you know exactly where I'm headed.
Like the string cheese
Listen,
that they get? I put in my kids' lunch boxes?
Is there a Chili's commercial where they pull the mozzarella sticks apart and the cheese stick, the melted mozzarella?
Feels familiar.
I know I've seen some commercial in the last couple of months where, and maybe it's a Chili's commercial. Maybe this is where it's coming from, but a Chili's server and their response to customers filming their mozzarella cheese stick pulls. So wait a minute, you got people that are Chili's.
Oh my goodness! There's a whole. I mean, I'm on I'm on the China Run social media page, and there's a bunch of people.
You're on what?
TikTok.
Oh, why are you on TikTok?
Because it's the first thing that came up in Google.
Oh, okay.
Google acknowledges. I typed in Chili's commercial mozzarella.
Oh, you know what it is?
TikTok.
Oh, it is. Listen to this. Here's the headline. So Chili's just dropped their new mozzarella sticks. So they must have a commercial, and that's where I saw it, where like people are eating the cheese sticks or they're pulling them apart, and in the commercial, you can pull the cheese apart, and it's like you got a 3-foot span.
I watch this girl.
So now people are trying to do this. Let me bring up the audio. Can you?
There we go.
Unmute it.
I think I just unmuted. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That might be the
All right, go ahead.
best mozzarella stick I've ever had.
Really? Oh,
but they're trying to pull it.
Cheese pull. All right, we have the honey chipotle crisper.
All right, so wait a minute. People are. That's a thing right now. People are imitating the Chili's commercial and trying to make the melted mozzarella cheese stick pull as long as the commercial. That's what's going on here. So you got this.
I gotta say, this makes me want to go to Chili's.
The servers are saying that customers left and right are trying to do their own mozzarella cheese stick pulls, and I guess people are videoing themselves. They're shooting video then to post their Chili's mozzarella cheese pull. Now, run this guy back. Let me hear this guy.
I think he's mocking influencers.
Yeah, because this guy is not very successful with it. All right, roll the audio. Here we go. Listen. So he's trying to pull it.
We had Chili's today. Why? An influencer that I like just did a review on the Chili Nashville mozzarella sticks, right? So Nashville hot on a classic mozzarella sticks is blasphemy anyway. But I like this influencer. But in the video, there's a lot of slurping, licking, and all that. And the dog is in the back seat like fam, like you really up there slurping and licking.
I love this guy.
You're not going to give me none, not even a head nod, ni un cariñito to the dog? The dog is like,
I had
don't
no
know what this
idea.
guy's talking about, but it's the first thing that came up in Google.
I had no idea this was a thing that people
Watch
were
it. Here he bites.
were trying to.
That's why I don't really mess with y'all. Last time y'all asked me to do something, you bounced the check. So we already had problems. Now with the ranch.
So he's trying to do the cheese pull.
There you go. He's getting
There it is.
Nah, it's his is
too
busting.
snappy.
That was about 10 inches.
Yeah, no, it was not even close.
You kidding me?
Dude,
8 inches?
that was like 2 inches.
What?
That was like not
Believe
even
me,
close.
I know what 2 inches
yeah,
looks like.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
And that was
All right.
significantly larger.
It was not. All right, so now the waiters and waitresses at Chili's, they got to put up with. What are you laughing at?
He's explaining the joke to me in case I didn't get it.
I'm mouthing the.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanks,
Small.
Buster.
Small. All right. So let me see if I can find any more videos. So
that's enough.
I want to find the commercial.
I know I've seen this. So people are imitating the cheese pull, apparently, which I'm guessing on those commercials, they're not using the real product. And that's what happens. A lot of these videos and TV commercials that are shot, they have like special designers that come in.
What are they using? Glue?
Maybe, or they're using some kind of a plastic. Well, also I think it depends on the temperature. It depends on
You got to get them hot.
on the cook temperature, and there are a lot of factors to see if you can get the cheese pull long with the mozzarella stick versus. But I'll tell you what, Nashville hot mozzarella stick. That sounds pretty intriguing, actually.
Here's a whole family
Hold
in
on,
their car.
hold on, Andrew. What?
I was at Chili's yesterday, and I had the
Hold on, I'm
appetizer.
talking about this now, and you were at Chili's yesterday.
Coincidence, huh?
Wow, look at that.
Did you
Very
get it?
interesting.
Did you get them, Andrew?
Yes, I had the Louisiana hot cheese sticks. I didn't try to stretch them.
Nashville hot.
Why didn't you?
I'd never seen the ads. I don't know what the ad was about, but
Yeah, I need you to shoot a video seeing how far you can stretch the mozzarella cheese. All right, this is asinine. I don't know what these guys were thinking. This is hysterical. 4 people have been arrested earlier this week on Wednesday for attempting to defraud their insurance company by claiming a bear had damaged their vehicle. They had video of the bear damaging the vehicle.
No way.
Yes way, but it wasn't a bear. It was somebody in a bear costume.
I'll be damned.
This is the suspects, all from Los Angeles, according to a statement released by the California Department of Insurance. The suspects, it says 4 individuals allegedly attempting to defraud their insurance companies. And what, one involves a fake bear? The suspects, varying in age, were Arat Cherkinian, 39, of Glendale, Vahi Murad Kanyan, 32, of Glendale, Ruben Tamrazarian, 26, of Glendale, and Alafaya Zuckerman, 39, of Valley Village. The statement said that all 4 were charged with conspiracy and insurance fraud. This is the dumbest thing I've seen. Suspects claim that on January 28, 2024, a bear entered their 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost and caused interior damage, according to the Department of Insurance. They provided video footage of the incident stating that it had occurred during their visit to Lake Arrowhead. Upon reviewing the footage, the Department of Insurance said that it suspected fraud. Officials said that they believed right away that the bear in question was actually a person in a bear outfit. Did these idiots think they were going to be able to pull this off?
That's amazing.
Initiating an investigation named Operation Bear Claw, the department learned that 2 other claims had been filed to different insurance companies with similar details. The same locations, same date. Similar to the claim that originally drew the unit's attention, the 2 other reports stated that a bear attacked their cars, a 2015 Mercedes G63 AMG. That's the G-Wagon, right? That's the South Tampa, mommy favorite car
I
there.
thought the AMG was like a
Well, no, AMG is
a motor.
That's the
performance package.
That's the performance package. Like for BMWs, it's M, motorsports division. So you've got the BMW M's, and for Mercedes, their performance unit is the AMGs. All right. So should be getting a new M car today. Going to be heading out to BMW of Tampa a little later today.
We're all really happy for you.
Because our X5M was flooded in Helene, and the new one just got built quickly and just fell off the truck yesterday from South Carolina.
Let's hope it
Fell
didn't.
off the turnip truck.
Let's hope it didn't fall off.
Gonna go get it later this afternoon. I'll see you up on Fletcher. All right, so what are these idiots thinking? Putting on a bear costume and thinking they can fake out insurance companies? I mean, really?
And then offering to provide video.
Each of the other 2 claims had submitted video footage as part of their evidence. It's all the same bear in the same looking costume. In the videos, the department said it believed they were looking for the same bear costume. Oh my God! What boneheads? However, the department said that it sought an outside opinion before making final determination. They brought in a bear expert. Investigators reached out to a biologist from the California Department of Wildlife who then independently reviewed the evidence for Operation Bear Claw. The biologist stated that it was clearly a human in a bear suit.
Look at the video. Look at the scratches. They look nothing like, other than being like in a line, there's nothing like a bear. You can see the bear opening the door with no problem.
There it goes.
Just
Yeah.
getting in.
That's
The
bears
bear-
don't operate like that in the real bear world.
It looks like he's sitting down in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
This video is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And then they also they found the evidence. They found the bear costume. So there's a picture of the evidence of like the paws, the head. They've got the evidence laid out on the floor
Look at that.
of the bear costume.
I will say that's a very, very elaborate bear costume.
Hey, boo-boo, what do you say we wreck some cars? How about a Rolls Royce?
Hey, Scooby, let's just take your lunch baskets.
Scooby?
Or
Yogi.
Yogi.
Yeah,
damn
that's
it.
Scooby. What's the matter with you?
What's my bear's name? Yogi and Boo Boo.
Yeah, Yogi and Boo, exactly.
Smokey Bear.
Sorry.
Anyway, authorities were able to execute a search warrant for the people. They found the bear costume in one of the suspects' homes. At the time of the arrest, officials reported that the insurance companies had already paid out some of the claims, totaling $141,839. Yeah, they're in trouble.
How high on psychedelics were this trio, when they came up with this plot?
I don't think they weren't on anything. I think they were totally lucid, and they just came up with what they thought was a foolproof thing. You got some like black and white footage from like some garage camera that gets the car in the driveway. Oh, they're gonna think it's a real bear. Guess what? You're not smarter than the average bear. Hey. We're not gonna fool the ranger. Hey, okay. All right. 9:25 at the MJ Morning Show. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show's next. I got a great pile of Hollywood dirt. We got to talk about, there is a movie that is coming out for Christmas that is getting railed as a $250 million turd. That is what the reviewer calls this movie. A $250 million turd. We'll get to that coming up. Oh, SZA. You know, SZA, SZA.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know what this story's about.
Yeah, SZA,
I do, for real. I was just reading it.
Yeah, the music artist SZA, she's made a mistake, and she says, hey, watch out. Country-wise, Zach Bryan. Oh, Martha Stewart. You hear about what happened with Martha Stewart?
Somebody, does it have to do
Just hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. You've got Kanye West, all kinds of stuff.
Excited.
All right.
Excited for the last segment.
He's asking the audience. He's not asking you.
The last segment is going to
Not
be
the audience?
it's going to be huge. Last segment next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105 104.7 FM. The week.
There's been a lot of good stories this week. That's a really good one.
Oh, man, that's just classic. It is 9:34 at the MJ Morning Show. A pile of Hollywood stuff we'll get to. Oh, included in the pile of Hollywood stuff apparently is a pile of garbage of a big budget movie with some big star names coming up. So we'll get to that here in just a second. Let's see here. Oh, this was awful. So I didn't see this as a local item. Let me see. I saw this in the Daily Mail, believe it or not.
What happened?
Oh, I guess, you know what? The Daily Mail picked it up from Channel 8. So I guess Channel 8 must have done the story.
Okay.
And I didn't see Channel 8.
What's the story?
A Florida couple's flood claim due to the recent hurricanes declined because they said their living room was a basement because
it was like a 3-inch drop in Carrollwood or something.
3.5 inches.
I think I saw it over the weekend.
Did you see this?
I think I saw it over the weekend.
Oh, I had not seen this until I saw a Daily Mail rewrite of this story.
A lot of those Carrollwood homes have a step down
like
and then a step up.
A little sunken living room
but
kind of.
Only 6 inches or something. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And that area got flooded, and they said, "Yep, it's a basement."
A Tampa couple was left devastated to learn their insurance company denied their flood claim because their living room is classified as a basement. Floodwaters rushed through Jamie Giangrande Holcomb's family home, ruined everything in the living room when Hurricane Helene hit back in September. What was that, 26th, right? The extensive damage prompted her and her husband to file a claim through the National Flood Insurance Program. However, an insurance adjuster said the 3.5-inch step down from the entrance to the living room means the area is technically classified as basement. therefore not included in their coverage.
Boy,
It's ridiculous to even come out and say the word basement in the state of Florida. It's comical. That's what Jamie, I guess, told Channel 8. Yes, Rox?
I was just thinking, I mean, they're trying to look for every excuse not to give you some coverage. Wiggle their way out. That's unfair.
Oh, my God.
They need an attorney.
That is insanity. Yeah, Jamie and her husband paid $3,800 for flood insurance this year through the National Flood Insurance Program, which is administered by FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency. And they define a basement as any area of a building with a floor that is below ground level on all sides, according to the website. A 3.5-inch dip?
It's not like you have like a closet door with a staircase down to an unfinished basement.
No, it's not like a basement where, James Gum has Catherine in the well and then Precious falls into the well and it places the lotion in the That's a basement. Put the freaking lotion in the basket.
That was a hole in the basement.
The lights off in the basement as he tucks his wang in between his legs and dances, Come on, that's a basement.
I don't know what this family's into, so I really can't
That's
speak
a
to that.
basement. This is their little 3.5-inch dip in Kennelwood. It's not a basement.
Wow. So is there any resolution? Is there any appeal?
Andrew is telling me it's Town and Country, so it's not Carrollwood.
Okay.
It's Town and Country. I stand corrected. Holy crap. I feel bad for Jamie and
of course
and her husband.
Is there any recourse? Or is that final like basement? Because that is ridiculous. I mean, this sounds like something you'd want to call Jimmy Petronas on.
Are you a size 16? Or is she a great big fat girl?
Yes, I am.
Man, what? Come on, it's not a basement. Give me a break. I wonder if they were in Baycrest.
Probably that was the area that was just tanked.
That's where Froggy. Did Froggy ever respond back to you that we wished him happy birthday on his voicemail?
He did to me.
Didn't to me. What did he write to you?
I don't know. I don't have my phone right now.
What an ingrate! I offered to shell out. I offered to give up his entire salary out of my money to pay for him to keep him.
And yet the company still fired him, and he's the ingrate?
Well, no, he didn't text me saying thank you for the happy birthday.
Listen.
Did he text you or just Roxanne?
I didn't reach out to him yesterday.
And then you know what? I think he did like a blanket thanks for the birthday wishes everybody on his IG.
Okay.
So,
that doesn't count.
But yeah, you know what? I have to give people a break. Do you guys have this happen when it's your birthday? You get inundated with so many birthday messages, which is awesome. But then you're like, I'm going to spend all day going, thank you.
I'm such a killjoy. I took my birth date off of social media, so nobody knows exactly when it is unless I tell them. So I don't get the 100.
I don't even know. Are you July? $50 million turd.
I bet you it's not Gladiator 2 because I've only seen awesome things about that.
Yeah, Gladiator 2 is getting really good reviews.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to. I think I'm going to send.
I said it was an upcoming holiday movie. That's a little bit of a tip off.
So, I don't know what is it? Lethal Weapon 12.
Red One. Yeah, Andrew just said it in my ear.
Okay.
Yeah, Andrew. Did you say that in my ear or on the air?
On the ear.
Was that on the air or in my ear? Andrew, just in my ear.
Is it? So it's a.
Hey, can you make sure in the new studio, if they ever move us into a new studio, can you just tell engineering that I got to be able to have a different sound when you hit the talk back versus when you turn your mic on? Oh, yeah. Do that one. Yeah. Hold on. Put that on the air. Oh, so whenever you speak in my ear, you need to do that. Go ahead.
Red One.
Exactly. You got to go like a walkie-talkie sound because typically in radio, you'll have a different sound, like a full sound if it's on the air. And if someone's just saying something in your ear, it's like a thinner, like tinnier sound.
So this movie's already come out.
Is it out?
I'm looking at you could see it today at Regal Park Place.
Oh, I thought it was upcoming.
AMC Sundial.
All right.
Red One is about The Rock being a very fit Santa Claus? Is that the premise? Because this looks awful.
Listen to this review. This is from the New York Post. Red One review. Chris Evans and The Rock kill Christmas with 0-star $250 million turd. That's the headline.
Wow.
For the most wonderful time of the year comes the worst movie of the year. That's Red One, a piece of Christmas crapola starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Chris Evans. If you see it, you'll, Y-O-L-E, regret it. Our 2 hours of holiday drear begin with the title, which refers to the POTUS-like code name that the U.S. government gives Santa Claus. Anyway, Kris Kringle, played by J.K. Simmons. I mean, there's a good cast in this, right? I mean, J.K. Simmons is an Academy Award winner.
This is like a Santa Claus-based action movie?
Yeah.
It's not a kid's movie?
All right, so Andrew, turn on your microphone. What is the Rotten Tomatoes score on this?
The tomato meter is a paltry 34%.
For what, critic or audience?
Tomato meter, that's the critics.
So the critics is 34. What about the audience?
There's no audience meter yet because it just opened today.
Oh,
that's the popcorn meter.
Okay, so it opened today. That's why I see Showtime.
Oh, wow.
You know, I'm not a fan of movies about Santa that aren't for kids.
Maybe this is for kids. I mean, it has a big animated or a big CGI bear.
Dude, listen, when you get a review that's saying that this is a $250 million turd, worst movie of the year, Christmas crapola. I mean, that's some harsh stuff right there. That's where the movie company has the critic assassinated, you know?
Yeah. Do you ever feel like, do you wonder about these actors when they're doing their job in these roles? Do you think they know, man, this is going to suck?
That's
but I'm getting a big paycheck.
That's a very good question. That when you're making the movie, do you know? Because a lot of times you're shooting scenes and a lot of magic is done in the editing.
Right.
You know what? I think actors have an idea.
You know what? I just read a story like 2 weeks ago about Gene Hackman.
Yep.
And he was doing Hoosiers. And he
the Indiana basketball movie.
He thought it was the biggest turd. He couldn't wait to get out of there.
Yep.
The cast hated him. The crew hated him.
But wasn't that a big movie?
It was. And he's like, this is going to just be a movie we're going to do. It's going to go straight to video. It's going to be forgotten about.
And it was a huge success.
And he walked up to the director and goes, "How did you do that? How did you make that into what it was?" And it was amazing.
Wow.
It was great. If you haven't seen Hoosiers, it's a great movie.
You're reading Gene Hackman stories in 2024?
Well, it was like the most. I read a clickbait link about the most ornery actors in Hollywood. So I thought it might be something funny. And the first one was Gene Hackman.
I love Gene Hackman.
Yeah,
he just died, didn't he?
He is retired. I don't think he's dead.
No, I think he's dead.
No, I'm going to go with MJ. Let's see.
He's dead. He died earlier this year.
Yeah, no, wait.
Gene Hackman. He's
no, maybe he's not.
He's dead.
94 years old.
He's alive.
Okay, he's alive.
He's alive.
Resurrected.
He is not dead.
Gene Hackman is 94 years old.
Well, I mean, we were kind of right and kind of not right, MJ.
He's 94. No, it's one or the other.
Listen. Gene Hackman was one of the best.
Stories of his death has been greatly exaggerated.
All right, so he'll be 95 in January. Wow.
Yeah.
He is a great actor. I love him.
We got to talk the SZA BBL. Ooh, the SZA BBL. Yeah, SZA, the performer, admits that she got a Brazilian butt lift and she regrets getting it. She calls it stupid. Very stupid.
So is she happy with it though?
What do you mean? I just said she says it's stupid.
Okay.
It was a big mistake.
No, but Fester's right. She does, like, if you read the whole story, there's part of it where she's like, it was bad because what happened is she was trying to rehab from it. And then she gained weight while she was rehabbing from it, I didn't know you have to do this. The way she described it, you have to maintain the fat. So she didn't like that part of it. But now she's like, I do like when I shake it, so she's like, this body is temporary. So I'm going to do more plastic surgery to it. I'm going to do whatever. Hey, MJ, keep that in mind with your thing on your face. Your body's temporary. All right. Do what you want with it.
We're all just temporary on this planet. Everything's just temporary.
We're all temporary on this show.
All right. Well, that's a good point as well.
Yeah, I thought that too. I didn't say it out loud.
I mean, any day could be our last day here. I mean, the way radio is these days, every company, every day could be our last day.
Do you ever have interactions with people and you go, was that a good interaction or a bad interaction? Maybe I'm out the door. Maybe I'm done.
Yeah.
In this business, you have to think about
the radio show I left in New York. I was doing mornings for a couple of years, 3 years.
I told you.
On WOR New York, 2015, 2016, 2017, 3 years. And they offered me a new contract. for another 3 years, and we just couldn't come to agreement. Plus, I hated working with the co-host. So they brought in some lightweight to replace me, and I just heard the show was unlistenable. They just let them go. Yeah,
Both of them?
Yeah, well, because iHeart laid off hundreds nationwide, and it's all of it. Beasley, our company, Cox, Odyssey. Listen, radio's just in a.
And every radio company, it feels like there's always rumors of more cuts coming to such and such place.
Yeah, I think I got a feeling today's our last day. I think we're going to be called into the office in
Has
like
anybody
10
noticed
minutes.
I cleaned out the office like 3 months ago and there's nothing in there?
Well, it's funny.
Every day is my last day.
I just saw Ron in the hallway, and I had my computer and my hardware because I'm getting set up to do Boston from home, so I don't have to be at this station doing Boston. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Did he just ask me what I'm doing? Because I don't need to be set up at home."
Hold on.
Be fine.
What are they going to do as far as microphone and
I
processing
have
for
that.
you?
I have a CP. I have a like a little baby. Come look at my stuff. I got it set up right in that room next door. That's what I was
I
doing.
want to see what it looks like and see what kind of mic quality you're getting to voice track Boston Nights.
It's my stuff. That stuff is mine, but the computer's theirs.
All right. So Zach Bryan, listen, I don't know any of his songs. I just know that he's a big country star.
Yeah.
Zach Bryan is not going to be charged over his arrest in Oklahoma.
What did he do?
He had a nasty breakup with, was his girlfriend?
Yeah, it was like a year or so ago he was arrested or something.
But I guess they've decided he's not going to face charges stemming from his arrest for obstruction last year. So I guess he's in the clear. Yeah, again, I don't know the whole story. I just thought it was interesting that Zach Bryan is not going to face charges. Martha Stewart, her best friend, in quotes, from prison. Remember Martha Stewart did her little federal stretch for the... She lied to the FBI. Remember that? Remember the whole investigation with stock and
insider trading, maybe? Or...
Listen, it's not always the crime that gets you in trouble; it's the lying that gets you in trouble. I think that's what did her in.
Yeah.
And Martha Stewart did a little federal stretch.
I mean, the Fifth Amendment's there for a reason.
Well, listen to this: Lisa Guarino.
How's she doing?
Lisa claims that she was Martha's bestie in prison. In that federal minimum security. Was she in Danbury, Connecticut?
She was.
It was Danbury, right? FCI Danbury. So Martha Stewart's prison bestie claims that Martha promised her $1 million when they were behind bars. And now Martha apparently has failed to cough up the dough. So she wants it.
Prison friendships never seem to really last.
Lisa Guarino, 62, says that she and Stewart, who's now 83, she looks incredible for 83. I mean, just the way she carries this, I got to give her, what the hell is she doing?
Lisa Stewart.
Martha Stewart.
I mean, Martha Stewart.
Martha
Okay,
Stewart.
You just said Lisa.
Lisa
All right.
Guarino.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Lisa Guarino is the prison bestie, and I'm talking about Martha Stewart. I'm sorry if I misspoke. I'm just saying that Martha Stewart at 83 just looks incredible.
Yeah, she does. She does.
Yeah. So now we got Guarino saying, pay me, pay me. Listen, this is years ago. Martha Stewart was locked up. Like 20 years ago. And now she's coming around to say, she's doing interviews saying, Martha, pay me, you owe me $1 million.
Look at this old troll. This Lisa Guarino.
Oh my God.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Netflix has the new show Martha, and they just suggested it to me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the trailer. I might watch it.
You know,
wasn't Martha not happy with some of the portrayal in that?
I don't know.
I saw something.
She went to the premiere. I mean, she's somehow, I'm looking at a picture of Martha Stewart in front of the Netflix Martha sign. She has something to do with it.
Oh, maybe she does. I just thought maybe I'm mistaken in what I read. I think we got to roll. I think we're going to call it a week. It's been a very exciting week. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul tonight. It's going to be a huge national event on Netflix. Audience is going to be ridiculous on this thing. So, Fester, you think who is going to win?
Oh, my heart says Mike and my head says Jake. I don't know.
I want Mike Tyson to clean that guy's clock.
So I asked some
And then I want him to go beat up the other Paul brother.
And then bite his ear off.
Yeah.
I asked some friends of mine who I trust with connections to the boxing world.
Oh, and like betting a lot of money?
Yeah.
Yeah, they say could be staged. On paper, Tyson should end it in the first round, but that won't happen. Theatrics. This is Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to go the distance, or it's got to go half.
So you think Tyson will take the fall
I mean,
Who knows?
Who knows?
There's no bad outcome here. It's a great show.
They're both making a lot of money.
Yeah, allegedly, Jake Paul makes $40 million tonight, and Mike Tyson makes $20 million. Tell you what, you can beat my lights in for $20 million.
How about for 20?
Not 20. 20 million, yes. $20, no. Yeah, a lot more than just one old hickory, all right? We'll see you back here Monday morning, folks. Have a great weekend. It is the MJ Morning Show on Q105. You need to get a hold of me. I'm MJ at MJMorningshow.com. My Instagram, I'm sure I'll put some stuff up over the weekend. Certified MJ Radio. And we'll see you back here Monday morning. And do me a favor this weekend, folks, let's be careful out there.
The Q105 app is your connection to all the big contests, powered by Anajar and